my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. I'm doing me. Hey, I'm keep that with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Keep my distance from these suckers, I can't let them ruin me. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. 13 jumped off the porch with drugs, is insurance. Hey, I'm keep that with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Keep back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Hey, I'm keep back with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. Way to work naked like a skinny dipping, no crossing me, this for this crucifixion. Fold out, couple screws missing. Paranoid, leaving superstition. No paper in the river fishing. Niggas stole what a nigga kissing. Without a diamond, still shine glisten. Sell it around so everybody itching. Call it strong, time to for a mission. Mathematics, simple addition. Bad luck like a bad shit. One of the few still a better street, no matter what. Never act different, no GPS. Money back tripping. Money cup, guess I'm back sipping. Like that's the kid, I guess I'm back at hey, I'm keep that with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Keep my distance from these suckers, I can't let them ruin me. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. 13 jumped off the porch with drugs, is insurance. Hey, I'm keep that with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Keep back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Hey, I'm keep back with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me.
I was riding in the tourist doing on the way. Got another L, bun, them another day. Go by the X-Fame, pop right the day. Back down when the dude shot a triple A. Rear reach at a rally, it's a runner A. Ball running up, watch the running A. I'm a star cloud now, I'm a anime. Roll running show, money get his shit straight. Play brother finna kill every money way. Riding on the show, man, praise the holy day. I would count money way back a 100 day. 700 day, boy, money one day. HD lifestyle, let me 100 day. 400 day, rock on 100 day. Then leave it, I carry 34 day. City time, nigga better
hey, yo, keep back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Keep my distance from these suckers, I can't let them ruin me. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. 13 jumped off the porch with drugs, is insurance. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Keep back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Keep my distance from these suckers, I can't let them ruin me. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me. 13 jumped off the porch with drugs, is insurance. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Keep back with my feet up in the trap, I'm doing me. Hey, yo, keep back with my feet up, keep back with my feet up. Drug dealer, pimps and hustlers, they the ones influence me.
Circle small, period. First to death, killing it. Cashing out, spinning it. 100 round extended clip. Iced out, spilling drip. Purple and yellow, take a sip. Fly away and take a trip. Pink slip for every rip. Circle small, period. First to death, killing it. Cashing out, spinning it. 100 round extended clip. Iced out, spilling drip. Purple and yellow, take a sip. Fly away and take a trip. Pink slip for every rip. Started in a rumor house. Popular in Montgomery, that was back in 03, breaking down the whole beat. That's my nigga Roman, he'll tell you I'm a OG. That's my nigga Roman, he'll tell you what he sold me. I got what you need, 8 quarters, half an OZ. Outer space high, all day I'm in the nosebleed. 24/7, get the bag, count the proceeds. Said she ain't to please and she proceeds to get on both knees. Told her keep her pussy, all I want is deep throat, please. Rolling up hot boxes, sweating to the OD. On an all-nighter full of road, getting no sleep. In and out of town on the road, paying 4 weeks. Plug with the plug, that deal price is so cheap. I got what you need, 8 quarters, half an OZ. Don't get tagged hot as hell, watching for the police. See me in the streets, no nigga, you don't know me. Circle Circle small, period. Fresh to death, killing it. Cashing out, spinning it. 100 round extended clip. Iced out, spilling drip. Purple yellow, take a sip. Fly away and take a trip. Pink slip for every rip. Circle small, period. Fresh to death, killing it. Cashing out, spinning it. 100 round extended clip. Iced out, spilling drip. Purple yellow, take a sip. Fly away and take a trip. Pink slip for every rip.
Serving up the crack, I feel like Jesus on that trap again. There's an eagle in my lap, double clip that's rapid fast. I don't need no touch, I'm in the booth, I'm about to test the fat. In the jungle pumping weight, nothing like an exercise. Headed to the Rose Bowl, back to Rocker Stadium. Tripping soldiers like a boss, they asking what I pay for them. Shoot and kill for real, we tryna penetrate your cranium. Police never gave a fuck, that's why we always blaming them. Nigga with an attitude, feel like Dr. Dre and them. I don't fuck with suckers, I don't trust them, I don't play with them. Hit them from the back, I hit the door cause I don't lay with them. Always ready to stop by, niggas bout they pay the skill. Bands on me, now we doing donuts in the Lambo, plenty gun, plenty ammo, gotta get it, cause this man no money. Power, what I step up, going around like a tornado. Got a plug, he from Barbados, eating good, stay with
Circle small, period. Fresh to death, killing it. Cashing out, spinning it. 100 round extended clip. Iced out, spilling drip. Purple yellow, take a sip. Fly away and take a trip. Pink slip for every rip. Circle small, period. Fresh to death, killing it. Cashing out, spinning it. 100 round extended clip. Iced out, spilling drip. Purple yellow, take a sip. Fly away and take a trip. Pink slip for every rip. State gang, the mob, true sippers, we in too deep. Money boy, money boy, money boy, trade. Money boy, money boy, money boy, trade. Money boy, money boy, money boy, trade. Stay with a bag, I'm cashing them bread. 100 round shooters on deck. Little nigga talking, but they not a threat. BB is diamonds and pants on my neck. Jacking my spread. Pour up before, pop me an X. I'm saucing, I'm dripping, I'm wet. I'm trending, I'm picking, I'm fire, I'm lit. Stay with the bag, I'm cashing them bread. 100 round shooters on deck. Little nigga talking, but they not a threat. BB is diamonds and pants on my neck. Jacking my spread. Pour up before, pop me an X. I'm saucing, I'm dripping, I'm wet. I'm trending, I'm picking, I'm fire, I'm lit. It's a go 10 and 4, it's a bed. On the ground, about to cook me a jet. Niggas mad when I stun and I flip. With precision, I'm gripping the jet. Burn a brain while I'm gripping the net. No dealings, I jump on some test. I'm a dog, it's a shame on my mess. Go hard and shout out to my ex. Play if I move it on to the net. I done Brooklyn, course I was the net. I'm shattered, I'm blessed. Like a chicken that runs with a breast. VIP talking shit with some jet. Take it simple with Yankee the mix. High fiving with guys in it. No ego, my life is the shit. Stay with a bag, I'm cashing them bread. 100 round shooters on deck. Little nigga talking, but they not a threat. BB is diamonds and bands on my neck. Jacking my spread. Pour up before, pop me an X. I'm saucing, I'm dripping, I'm wet. I'm trending, I'm picking, I'm fire, I'm lit. Stay with a bag, I'm cashing them bread. 100 round shooters on deck. Little nigga talking, but they not a threat. BB is diamonds and bands on my neck. Jacking my spread. Pour up before, pop me an X. I'm saucing, I'm dripping, I'm wet. I'm trending, I'm picking, I'm fire, I'm lit. I get it, I'm gon' pull off in a hurry. First you track, I sit into my stripping. No time to kick it, I'm busy, I'm working. I just suspended, I'm still out here serving. 30s and green, bitch at the lane. Pulling up train, form machine. Infrared beam, carbon 15. Money boy trade, that with no wing. My bottom is red, robbers the green. Hold on my body, I feel like a king. Go to one center, course I watch a king. We rich and wild, but up for the team. Fuck your opinion, that's all that I strain. I was 14 when I had a drain. Dollar sign, go for the green. Pop me a bean. Swaggin', I'm fresh and I'm clean. Feeling like Jordan, I'm wearing Supreme. Rolling up, smoking Supreme. Infrared beam. Carbon 15. Precise like a surgeon, I won't miss a thing. 24/7, I'm fly with no wings, bitch. Good evening, Facebook. Good evening, YouTube. we about to do the crazy news stories. I got a whole bunch of them for y'all too. I be taking the bait. Y'all can get me by a title. I don't know what if the story is actually interesting, but the titles are. But before we get started, Mike's niece. Oh, she had a word from our sponsor last night for old Mike. I want to play what Mike niece had to say about him because she was responding to somebody that had something to say about her. So I want to play it. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me just fine? We ain't got no static. I don't sound like no robot or nothing. We good? Yeah, I'm live on I'm live on Facebook too. They told me to start going live on Facebook. I gave up, but they told me to just do it. So I'm obeying.
I gave myself that name, you idiot. And nobody came on YouTube to expose Michael. Uncle Mike, my uncle, was on here doing terrible things to people. So I was letting the people know, so some more of my family members, to like disassociate yourself from him. And he was lying on somebody about something that was very serious that could have changed that man's life, you dumb bitch. So
Uncle Michael, ain't none of my family online saying that I'm doing some horrible things to people. They ain't even heard them say that. Bruh, when your mama say you trying to kill her and you a liar, and then your nieces and them say you a liar, and then your mama boyfriend find out say you a liar, and then everybody in your family say you a liar. Oh, Mike, guess what? Oh, you really was mad that day you did that live over there. That was the day you found out. And I also found out that your mama boyfriend, yeah, he was on that deed. He owned half the house. And they sold it really, really cheap. I don't know the exact price, but they sold it cheap because they were giving it to a family member. So you got shafted, G. I had the records. I actually have the records, but I don't think you got a price on it though. But I saw where your mama boyfriend and her was the sellers of the house, and they sold it cheap, cheap. That's what you do when you want to sell it to a family member. And then they probably sold it and flipped it for some money. But yeah, you got cut all the way out of there. Remember that live I reviewed, ladies and gentlemen? I told y'all, I said, I have an inkling. He found out that they could remember in that live, he was asking was he the beneficiary and some more shit. It's like, I do this to you. She said he want this funky old house. And every time he over here, I end up in the hospital. He trying to kill me. I ain't playing, y'all. That was the same live where she said that every time you come over there, you have papers out trying to get her to sign. Boy, I got the papers. She ain't like you, G. Her only baby boy. See, I'm my mama's youngest, so you know I'm getting the house. My brother probably gonna get the house, but I know for sure I'm getting the house because she already told me. Because I'm the baby boy. I don't know what. You the only son out of three girls. You supposed to be special. And she left you homeless, G. Homeless. Homeless. Out there with the bums. Out there with dingalinos. Just out here eating out the garbage can. Going live from rehab and shit. Boy, boy, boy. Here's the crazy part about it, Mike. You tell us you're not homeless, but we ain't never seen you since you started going into the hospital last September. We haven't seen you in the comfort of your home. We ain't seen you in the house by yourself. We seen you in Snow Cold house. We seen you in somebody else's house cooking that chicken. We don't never see you by yourself cooking. But for years, we always saw you by yourself, unless you was at your mama's house. What? Why we don't see you by yourself at home, Mike? We see you in Burger King by yourself. We see you at the park by yourself. We see you at the mission by yourself. We see you at McDonald's. We see you in rehab, but that ain't ever by yourself. We see you in the emergency room, in the hospital. Why don't we see you at home? And you can't use you don't like to be on camera stick because we know you love to see your fucking self. Anytime you get the chance to cut that motherfucker on, you will. Well, why is that though, sir? But you're not homeless. Your whole lifestyle has changed, but you're not homeless. All right then. When we got your eviction from when they started serving you in August, and by September your ass was out of there, but you ain't homeless. Got you applying for Section 8 housing and mad that you missed the date and shit, but you ain't homeless. All right then, G. But all I know is we ain't seen you cook no chicken feet in about a year, and we know how you love you some chicken feet. We know how you love some pig feet too. We ain't seen you cook them. No, nothing. We ain't seen you chicken. That was it. And we don't know where the fuck you was at. Like you was in a mission kitchen or some shit. Yeah, wait. I'm just saying, Mike. You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. I'm not going for the lie. You can sit there all day and say, I ain't homeless, I ain't homeless, I ain't homeless. But you are, bitch. You are. And you still got to check into your probation officer. Like, you can't prolong checking into your probation officer. You just can't. Anywho. Oh, wait. Hold on. I got a super chat. Thank you, Key Mosh. For the damn it, I should have probably hit the drop first and then. I guess I'm speaking fine. Y'all ain't said nothing.
It's our obligation to come on
about him though. I don't want to make. Don't. We ain't gonna make.
I know.
Everybody know why.
It's not about him
and how you pop.
Right. He minding his business now. He not fucking with nobody right now. He definitely not fucking with you. So that's not even an issue. But she brought that up. So we wanted to clear the air on that. But you stupid ass bitch.
Yeah, that's all I had to say. Your own niece came out and said you was doing bad things to people online. And then we saw what you did to your YouTube sister online. You know, the same YouTube sister that argued up and down for an hour that y'all was brother and sister, and she needed to prove it for an hour. Prove it. Only for her a couple months later to come out and say, me and Michael ain't no damn brothers. Yeah. Thank you for the super chat, Kimash.
You can't meet the threshold. You cannot meet the threshold. Nigga, meet the motherfucking threshold, nigga. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about meeting the threshold.
Triple head, them folks said you shaped like Mark Henry. I fell out laughing. I said, not sexual chocolate, baby, for Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. They told you up, man. Just, I don't know what you need to do. Just maybe you need to go to I don't know what sector you need to. Maybe you need to be a plumber or something. Maybe you need to be a mechanic or something. I don't know, but they killing you over here. You just can't get a break. Mark Henry. All right, y'all. The first story is. Let's see what the name is.
Jessica.
Rufus, apparently he asked.
Detroit Police Commissioner Brian Ferguson allegedly caught with prostitute. I mean, the chief of police can't get no hoes. He got the bad pussy. He the chief of police. But I get it. I guess it's convenient. She ain't gonna bother you after y'all done. It's to where one of the groupies would. But damn, the chief of police, though, G, you supposed to have like a Rolodex of hoes. He better not have been on the strip buying no pussy. That's all I know. What is they doing in Detroit? If this man was walking up and down the strip buying pussy, I'm gonna throw my phone. Detroit, stand up. Yeah, did y'all know about this? Y'all embarrassed right now that y'all chief of police was buying pussy? Because see, our chief of police is a woman. I know I would be laughing at her if she got caught buying some dick. I just would. I'd be laughing. And I'd be calling her a freak old bitch. I would.
Jessica Duplank joins us tonight on The Edge with the details. Jessica.
Roop and Taryn, apparently he asked undercover Wayne County Sheriff's deputies if they could help him out and made sure to give them his title. Unfortunately, he'll now have to plead his case in front of a judge, slapped with a ticket.
Jessica.
Roop and Taryn, apparently he asked undercover Wayne County Sheriff's deputies if they could help him out and made sure.
Hey man, y'all chief of police was on the track trying to buy some pussy. That nigga pulled up in his car, in the police car, and rolled the window down and said, "Can you help a brother out? I'm just trying to get my dick sucked." Had a long day at work. Oh, this is an L for this nigga. Hold up. He the chief of police and he don't even know what his undercovers look like. You don't even know what your vice unit look like. You didn't know that was one of your officers, sir. Maybe you need to have more staff meetings. I guess I'm a different kind of criminal. I be thinking shit out because this don't make no sense to me. He's the chief of police. He knows the police have people that go undercover to like do prostitution things and shit. You don't know what all your undercover officers look like. This is poor planning. And of course he's black. You just gotta throw it out there. He's a nigga.
Give them his title. Unfortunately, he'll now have to plead his case in front of a judge, slapped with a ticket for indecent and obscene conduct. Was he caught like in the act, as they say?
For my information, when they came upon his vehicle, he was having a sex act conducted on him.
Bush here on Detroit's West Side. A parked truck Wednesday morning inside a known prostitute with her head allegedly in the lap of this man.
Police commissioner, chief of police, whatever. He's still a high-ranking police official. They don't make it to whatever. He the police commissioner, Brian Ferguson. And white boy, the white boy they got on camera said, from what he understand, he was getting the dick sucked when they pulled up on him. He had already went through. So they couldn't have been the undercover officer because the officer wouldn't have went that far. I don't guess. If she did, she really played her role.
Overgrown bush here on Detroit's West Side. A parked.
My information, when they came upon his vehicle, he was having a sex act conducted on him.
Vacant lots, overgrown bush here on Detroit's West Side. A parked truck Wednesday morning inside a known prostitute with her head allegedly in the lap of this man, Brian Ferguson.
At that time,
what a known prostitute.
Mr. Brian Ferguson stepped out, identified himself as a Detroit police commissioner.
Captain Jason Bates says undercover Wayne County Sheriff's deputies approached the truck parked on a side street near Schaefer and Schoolcraft. When they did, the sex worker jumped out.
Obviously, it was blatant. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. It's light out.
After introducing himself, title and all, Detroit Board of Police Commissioner Ferguson asked deputies if they could help him out. The name drop did not work.
A title or a position doesn't make him above the law.
Now, Brian was elected to.
He ain't gonna get fired, but you know who is gonna get fired? That officer who didn't turn the fuck away. That police commissioner ain't gonna get it. Bro, you didn't serve the community for 40 years. You got your dick sucked. We understand. But that dude there, he finna have the one that snitched. Oh, they finna have hell. They finna get demoted and some more shit. Well, nobody else trust him. None of the other high-ranking officials trust him. And he's a human. He do fuck shit too. Gonna need a favor one day. What's going on, clown? What's that? Oh goodness, there's biscuit on a tricycle.
That's his car.
Biscuit on a trike. God damn. Biscuit on a trike, biscuit on a trike, biscuit on a trike.
He is mad at us.
Now he mad at you. I ain't said nothing.
He mad at you.
I was the one that told you he mad at you. They ain't say he was mad at me. He mad at you.
Oh, he mad at
I
you.
don't talk to peasants. He can't be mad at me. I don't know what that nigga got going on. Don't give a shit either. I told him until he get to 1,000 subs, we ain't got nothing to talk about. But then I lied though, because if you get to 1,000 subs and you still only have 16 people watching you live, I cannot benefit off that conversation, sir. I have nothing to gain from it. Oh, I heard Paula cussed you out earlier today, Chief.
Yeah, she called.
She has a potty mouth.
She does.
She called you a agate mofo.
Yeah.
Several times. I don't get it. Like,
several times.
Why won't she just have a conversation? She could call you all of that in the midst of answering some of the stuff and having an intellectual conversation, but she literally comes up to cuss you out and leave. And she told on herself because she said, when I find out who you and Miss Liz are, I'm gonna sue y'all. But I thought she said she knew who you was, Ricky Anderson, and she the one that put. But she's the one.
No, I'm Michael Rappaport.
No, but she has everybody over here saying you're Ricky Anderson. Because remember when you started fucking with us, she popped up, and then she went to Philly Field and all the other people. Essie wasn't in our section. Essie ain't been over here. No, Paula followed you around.
Paula says I'm Michael Rappaport.
No, I'm saying she called him. She had on her community wall one day that you was goddammit Ricky Anderson, and she had a picture of the man standing next to Steve Harvey. I've seen it on community post before, like right around the time I met you. Paula.
Paula says I'm Michael Rappaport.
Hadn't she called you Ricky before too? She ain't got no videos calling you Ricky.
No. She never bought into the SE Ricky Anderson part. She thinks I'm Michael Rappaport.
She is though. I think that's where everybody in this sector started calling you that from.
They got it from Essie because Essie told PP.
But PP never came out and said it.
PP told
Helmet Head, you think?
Yeah,
I thought it was Paula.
No, Paula thinks I'm Michael Rappaport.
No, whatever. She mad in the motherfucker at you though.
I mean, she really bad. She got her 13-year-old granddaughter to call up and yell at me, and now she yelled at me. Hey. I guess she's upset about the whole 52-day-old tuna remark.
Well, she twerk. Yeah, did you hear the Detroit police commissioner Brian Ferguson got caught getting his dick sucked at 7 o'clock in the morning? He tried to say, "Hey, G, I'm the police commissioner," and the officer was like, "I don't give a fuck. He finna lose his job." Not the commissioner. The commissioner ain't losing his job. Yeah, if the commissioner loses his job, it's gonna be early retirement.
He just
get old nigga.
He resigned already. I guarantee.
This is a misdemeanor. This ain't shit.
Yeah, he resigned, but them two is like, how do you not know? But how do you not know the police commissioner? You didn't know who this guy. You're supposed before you come to the car, you run the plates. Before you walk up on the car, you already run the plates, and the reason you run the plates is because you want to know who's in that car. You want to see
who's registered to, because that's not foolproof. You got to be.
You got to know it could be stolen. It could, but you want to know is that man a convicted felon in that car? Does he
resigned over getting his dick sucked? I fight that shit. He don't. He in the union. I bought some head. Y'all didn't even catch me getting head. Y'all, what they said in the story was he was caught with a known prostitute, but they didn't see him exchange any money or anything. He could say that's his girlfriend.
No, if anything,
indecent exposure they
would get him for a lewd act.
That's still okay. I ain't losing my job over that.
As a police,
me and my girlfriend pulled over. She sucked my dick. That ain't a good that lewd act. Okay, why I gotta lose my job?
What?
Can I get suspended? Can I lose some stripes? Can I be on desk duty for 30 days?
Well, as a commissioned officer in the police force, They have, just like the military, any act unbecoming.
The union is gonna fight for him.
No, he's all right. I would have, if I put 40 years in, I would have just retired. I'm gone. I'm out.
That's probably what it is. It's probably a force. That's probably what it is. They was like, look, we gonna you retiring, but we're gonna say you resign, and they still gonna give us retirement. It's forced retirement.
But again,
I said that too. I said if he do lose his job, it's because they're gonna force him into retirement. And I said 30 years. He actually been there 40. He look old.
But I'm just saying, as a high-ranking police official, you're gonna, that prostitute now has something over your head. So when she gets arrested,
well, nobody gonna believe that hoe. She a hoe.
No, I've seen worse.
Man, they're gonna be like, girl, stop. You just trying to extort the commissioner.
Just go get yourself. Go get yourself a massage. Jeez.
Like that's why most people choose prostitutes, because prostitutes don't hold it over your head. They on to the next trick, and they want to come back. They're not there for the love or the relationship or any of that. You do realize, like in the history of social media, you don't really hear prostitutes come out and be like, I fuck such and such. You don't. It'd be the gold diggers that come out, the cat stacks and them, the superheads. Not prostitutes. And prostitutes getting fucked all the time. They're not talking because they want you to come back with the money. It's about the money for them. They ain't trying to be your girlfriend. They ain't trying to be your wife.
You'd be surprised.
Keep an eye on the
You'd be surprised how many police officers marry prostitutes.
How many police officers fuck them on the beat? They see the hoes walking just like everybody else.
And you'd be surprised how many of them end up marrying that prostitute.
Especially where the shit legal, like in Vegas. They fucking the shit out them prostitutes. All right, let's finish listening to the police commissioner. See, I should be his lawyer, because again, they didn't see him exchange money or nothing. They just said he was with a known prostitute. It's my girlfriend. I cleaned her up. She just like sucking dick on command. That's all it was.
In the park, it's
why I gotta lose my we was on the way back from Dunkin' Donuts. And I asked her, did she want a donut stick? And she said, yeah. I'm like, it fell in my pants.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand I poor judgment having sex in public, but it was just a little head. My windows tinted. Suspend me without pay. I'm not resigning though. But some head, it'd be different. But it would they can't prove the prostitution though. They said she's a known prostitute, but the guy said when he pulled up, the sex act was already going, meaning the money was already exchanged and they didn't see it.
But the sex act was going on. Which
that's fine, but you can't prove she's a prostitute.
But,
you can't. That's fine. I will go to jail for having sex in public, indecent exposure, lewd act, whatever the fuck you want to charge me with. But that's still not something I should lose my life over. Now my job over. I could see if I got caught up with an undercover officer buying the pussy, but he didn't get caught buying it. He just got caught getting his dick sucked.
Well, it would have been that or a lewd act. And
either way it goes, suspend me. I'm not resigning.
Most likely, she said, yes, he paid me for sex.
That hoe ain't told. She a hoe. They stick to the code.
You know, they usually threaten them. You know, again,
she ain't saying nothing.
But you know what they're not telling you?
She's more street savvy than him. She already know they didn't see no money exchange. They just saw her giving head. She like, this shit is a misdemeanor. My pimp gonna get me out of whoever.
Let me tell you.
The hoes is not gonna tell.
They knew who was in that car.
That hoe didn't tell, bro. I'm telling you. I got my tuition, my shana now, my 6 cents.
They knew who was.
That hoe didn't tell.
No, they knew who was in that car.
You know why that hoe didn't tell? Because even when he retired, she still can get some money from that nigga. That's why she didn't tell. He snitched on himself.
But I'm just saying, they knew who was in that car. A lot of times,
I don't give a. She could be in the car, but you can't prove that I popped the pussy.
I'm talking about him. They knew.
Yeah, that's why I said the officer. That's why I said that officer. He fired. He gonna be fired.
Or they sent him there.
No, they finna torture the fuck out of him. He was probably a rookie. He gonna get tortured. Because nobody can trust him. And all police officers lie and say you're going a little faster than you would. They all say they smell the detect a strong odor of marijuana and ain't no weed in the car. That'd be the craziest shit when they tell you they detect the odor of marijuana, want to search you, and don't find no type of weed in the car. Not a blunt roach, not a pound, an ounce, or nothing. But they smelled it though.
That's why you sit there and wait for them to get a warrant.
They ain't nobody doing that. And before they get the warrant, what they do is if you tell them like, no, you can't, they'll bring a dog out. They're not going for the warrant immediately. They'll bring a dog out. And then, they know how to manipulate the dog to give it a false hit.
But you know what?
Our dog hit, and so we got probable cause.
If there's no marijuana in the car, the dog should have never hit. And you could get them for pretty much a false search, a violation of your civil rights.
They're gonna blame it on the dog though.
The dog is a police officer.
Dog.
The dog is a police officer.
Who do you sue for that?
The city.
They're gonna say no human error.
The dog is a police officer and is trained in his job to not make mistakes.
They're gonna say dogs fuck up, G.
Well, that lawsuit is still that lawsuit to have that dog's name on it too.
You wouldn't win shit.
Oh yeah, you would. He's a trained officer.
You wouldn't
know what he's supposed to do.
You didn't go to jail. They just inconvenienced you, and they're gonna always say the dog gave a hit and it didn't find anything. But then they could always say it still smelled like just because the dog. It hit, but the officer said he smelled a strong odor of marijuana, and they could say you had smoked in the vehicle prior, and that's what the dog hit on. There's always loopholes for the police to try. I did security forces, sir. There's loopholes. It's loopholes, and I've been on the receiving end of city police, doing shit. There's loopholes though, but they always say they detect a strong odor of marijuana, even when it ain't none now. What you do? Can I search your car? No. Well, we finna get a K9 out here. Then I don't need your permission, because if the hit, probable cause, and cops are crooked, they make dogs do false hits. But if you don't know the little tales, there's an ex-police officer that came out with a video that showed like all the shit the drug police and shit do. You wouldn't even know the little slick shit they do to the dogs to make the dog act like it smells narcotics. And most of the time on those cases, even when they do the false hits, they still end up finding something. That'd be the crazy part about it. They end up finding something.
Conduct of Detroit police officers, keeping tabs on things like abusive power and soliciting prostitutes.
We get people from all walks of life. You would be surprised.
He told media outlets Wednesday it was all a misunderstanding, and the woman unexpectedly jumped in his truck. He was trying to kick her out. Ferguson was cited for indecent and obscene conduct
trying to get her out.
Detroit police officers, keeping tabs.
Detroit Police Commissioner
Captain Jason Bates says undercover Wayne County Sheriff's deputies approached the truck parked on a side street near Schaefer and Schoolcraft. When they did, the sex worker jumped out.
Obviously, it was blatant. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. It's light out.
So they ain't even see her sucking dick. They pulled up. She hopped out. Man, I'd have fought this. He just was tired of his job, and it was a forced resignation where he's still gonna retire with full benefits. I'd have fought this though. So they ain't even catch the bitch sucking dick. She hopped out when they pulled up. They ain't even see it.
What are you doing here, sir? Why are you parked here? What are you?
I don't answer. I'm gonna give the D true answer. I don't answer no questions. Why did I break a law?
You don't have
is
to. That's
being parked here breaking a law?
No, but seeing a known prostitute run from your car is suspect.
He's a police officer too. That could be his damn auntie, his cousin, or anything. So, cause my cousin a prostitute, I can't talk to her. I'm embarrassed to be seen with this bitch. She a prostitute. I'm the chief of police. He don't think quick on his feet.
No, but he was probably shocked too.
He thought he was just gonna say his name and they were gonna move on. He caught a rookie. He probably been undercover for 2 weeks. And I just caught the commissioner. Boy, your career is over.
After introducing himself, title and all, Detroit Board of Police Commissioner Ferguson asked deputies if they could help him out. The name drop did not work.
James, who don't make you horny? Who don't make you horny in the chat, James? I'm just saying.
A title or position doesn't make him above the law.
Now, Brian was elected to keep an eye on the conduct of Detroit police officers, keeping tabs on things like abusive power and soliciting prostitutes.
We get people from all walks of life. You would be surprised.
He told media outlets Wednesday it was all a misunderstanding, and the woman unexpectedly jumped in his truck. He was trying to kick her out. Ferguson was cited for
That's the story you... See, I told you he don't think quick on his feet. He tried to lie, D True, but his lie was stupid. His lie was he was sitting there chilling and this bitch hopped in his truck and he was trying to put it out. Well, he could have simply said, he could have simply said, that's my cousin.
Trey, he's got to be about 60-something years old. He's been on the force for 40 years.
I'm sure he ain't had no young prostitute. It don't even seem like they talked to that bitch. It seemed like they just let her walk and she hopped out. They asked him what's going on. I was sitting here and she hopped in my car. I was trying to get out. You could have said, that's my girlfriend, bruh. I was dropping her off. That's my cousin. I'm embarrassed she's a prostitute, but that's my cousin nonetheless. She needed a lift to over here. I gave her one. The best he could come up with was, she hopped in my car. Nigga, you wasn't in no intersection. And who has their doors unlocked where motherfucking just hop in? Because typically with new age cars, as soon as you put the car in drive, the doors locked.
Maybe
then when you put it in park,
maybe
you still gotta hit unlock.
Maybe he had the window rolled down and she dove in the fucking car. You don't know.
Yeah, that was a stupid lie. So he fucked up. He fucked up. He should have not answered any questions. What? Huh? What am I doing here? None of your business, bitch. I'm the commissioner. I'm the commissioner.
I'm in a stakeout. I'm on a stakeout. That was my
anything, but she hopped in my car and I was trying to put her out.
I'm gonna stake out. And that's my informant. You messed it all up. I'm on the undercover, secret undercover.
He told media outlets Wednesday it was all a misunderstanding, and the woman unexpectedly jumped in his truck. He was trying to kick her out.
A misunderstanding? Well, see, I see that now I'm confused because, the white guy earlier said from his understanding when the officers pulled up, they was in the middle of the sex act, but the news is saying when the officers pulled up, she hopped out the car, and he's saying it's a misunderstanding. He was trying to put her out. Did they see him with his pants down? That's what I'm saying. Like, why the fuck he resigned?
Well,
they ain't got no evidence.
Well, the officer said they saw him with her head in his lap. And then when they walked up on the car, she jumped out and ran.
So how the hell he gonna say it's a misunderstanding I was trying to put out? How the fuck he gonna get away with that one? She misunderstood and sucked your dick.
She tripped and fell, and her head landed in his lap.
So like, what, he let her suck that jump for like 2 minutes and be like, you gotta get out, baby. Oh, stop, you gotta get out. Oh boy.
Prostitute.
Only in Detroit.
We get people from all walks of life. You would be surprised.
He told media outlets Wednesday it was all a misunderstanding, and the woman unexpectedly jumped in his truck. He was trying to kick her out. Ferguson was cited for indecent and obscene conduct, and his truck was towed. It's what Captain Bates' team does day in and day out, countywide. He says it's a quality of life issue.
What if it was on the end of your block? Yeah. If your family, your spouse, your kids were seeing that type of activity in your neighborhood, would it bother you?
We received a statement from Ferguson a short time ago. It says, in part, today multiple media outlets released information alleging indecent conduct this morning. The allegation is untrue and the situation a big misunderstanding. I do not want this personal matter to become a distraction from the important oversight work this board has to do. For that reason, I am making the decision to step back from the board meetings for.
Bill Clinton didn't lose his job from getting his dick sucked.
Time. Now, before all of this,
he was the most important person in the world.
Allegedly.
Because just keep it real. The president of the United States is more important than like anybody in the world. He ain't lose his job for getting his dick sucked. It's not alleged, sir. His DNA was on the dress. The DNA meaning his cum. Not his spit, his nut.
Well, that was never proven. That was all
speculation. There's DNA on the dress, sir.
Where's that at? You got to show me that.
Google it.
It's never been
Google
tested.
it. That's why he was impeached, sir, because the DNA on her dress showed that he was lying when he said he never had sexual relations with that girl. And that's why it was a whole argument about is oral sex considered sexual relations.
There you go. And do you think that they would allow a dress to be DNA tested?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
At the end of the day, the man didn't lose his job. That's the point. He didn't lose his job, and it was like he got caught cheating. Like, don't act like after the impeachment and shit, he didn't admit to being like unfaithful to his wife. It is what it is. She expected shit. How did she? Come on now, the first lady know that you the most powerful man in the world. It's gonna be bitches throwing themselves at you. Say, understand this.
Her name was Monica Lewinsky, and
Lewinsky.
And she did not give up the dress. Her best friend stole the dress.
Yeah, she didn't. She was down. I don't even think she testified, did she?
Nope. And she never admitted that it happened.
They did that shit they did it for her. They tried to Me Too her.
Yep. Her friend testified saying that she told her that this is what happened. And then she handed over the dress. But they never really said if the dress had it on there or not.
She wasn't the first one that happened. She wasn't the first one to do it. I don't know. People have to be naive to think these presidents, again, most powerful person in the world, ain't fucking. That's why it's like a requirement that the president got to be married. Could you imagine a single president? This nigga would be fucking bitches everywhere. England, France.
He'd be gay. He'd be gay, sir. He'd be gay.
Oh, hell, sir, we'll never have an openly gay president. We do behind the scenes. But openly, no, that's not a good look for the country. Could you see what whatever country would say about us if we had a gay president?
Well, I mean, there's other countries that have had sick. Well, the mayor of New York was.
That ain't the president.
I'm just saying.
Well, mayors, yes, but president, you have to be married. You can't be single. Temptation is a motherfucker. President travels a lot. They meet with a lot of different countries and women and just. speaking engagements and shit, the president would be a order. If you could just be a bachelor president, it would be going down. Imagine Nick Cannon as president.
Ferguson had a pretty sterling reputation, a veteran Little League coach, and sat on several neighborhood improvement committees, and of course his current position, which he still holds. There is a Detroit Police Board of Commissioners meeting tomorrow.
In case y'all wondering about my background, that's me. Like when all the ops take their shots, like I'm just absorbing it. It's like, ugh, he ain't knocked me down. Ugh, we still coming. That's what the background for. Hit me with your best shot, motherfucker.
Night, but as you just heard, Ferguson will be absent. Taryn?
Well, Jessica, certainly this is going to be a lot of work probably because it doesn't really look good. And we're talking about where it happened, an area known for prostitution, the time of day. Certainly.
Y'all police commissioner stupid. That nigga went on the whole track. He ain't even go, like he clearly he picked the hoe up on the track. But he ain't even go nowhere. That nigga just pulled over on the nearest street. Like, sucked your dick. Only in Detroit, ladies and gentlemen. Only in Detroit.
He's going to have a hard case to prove.
And from my understanding, the deputies, those undercover guys that we were talking about, Ferguson made no attempt to explain this all away by saying it was a misunderstanding. As far as I heard it, he said, "Can you guys help me out?"
Oh, so where the fuck did she get that explanation from? Why in the fuck would y'all say he said it was a misunderstanding? He was trying to put her out. The officers didn't say that.
He released the statement that it was a misunderstanding.
Oh, okay. He just told the officer, can y'all help a brother out?
Yeah, no, he didn't say that. The police officer said that. But he's saying when he released his statement, he said he's stepping down from his committee. He doesn't want to take away from the committee. This was a misunderstanding.
So he just resigned from the committee and not being the commissioner.
He's still the commit. I guess they're going to vote on whether they take his rank or not.
The man shouldn't lose his job for getting his dick sucked. I'm sorry. He should be suspended without pay for a couple of weeks, put on desk duty for a month, which he's already on desk duty because he's a fucking commissioner. He ain't fighting crime. That's be it.
I think you should apologize for those rude remarks you made about Detroit, that fine city, Trey.
Fuck Detroit, except for E. Brooks. Ain't nothing good out of Detroit, except for E. Brooks. And see, now I'm finna have everybody else coming at me. It's jokes, people. It's jokes. Fuck.
That maybe something nefarious was going on in there.
Well, a woman is in jail after police say she's...
Okay, here we go. This is from my city here. This here story is titled, "Woman Stole from Former Police Officer Who Died in Her Driveway." I don't know why they need to point out. If he had been retired, I don't know why they need to point out he was a former police officer. It should be just focused on the fact that this nigga died and she was rambling through his pockets.
From a former Memphis police officer after he died. WREG's Marcus Hunter was in court.
With tears running down her face, Shantae Daniels spoke to lawyers before hearing from Judge Karen Massey.
Your bond is $100,000. Are you ever make a bond? Do you have the fun stuff?
Bitch, I've been several times.
She robbed the dead guy?
Pretty much. I got triggered because I heard the judge's name. She's a bitch. She's a bitch.
I are a lawyer. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
If I'm not mistaken, she's Division 11 downstairs.
Daniels is accused of taking money from former Memphis police officer Mark LaSure after he collapsed in the driveway outside of his parents' home Sunday morning. Police say she admitted to the crime, According to court documents, Shantae Daniels told police she went to LaSure's home Sunday. Surveillance video shows her on the phone saying, quote, "We are going to see who knows the law." Police say Daniels told them she and LaSure got into an argument. She says she then asked for $10 to pay for gas. She said after he went inside to get the money, he walked back outside and collapsed. Police say she admitted to then going into the home, taking LaSure's cell phone and wallet, then going back outside to go through his pockets. Police say she then picked up the $10 he was going to give her off the ground. Daniels told police she later used LaSure's phone.
That's what you call leaving no stone unturned. She went in the house, she got the phone, she got his wallet, then she went outside and was like, "Nigga, that 10 that you were finna give me that you dropped when you passed out, nigga, give me that too." Gangster in Memphis, man, the gangster.
To send herself $1,500 that she used to pay for shoes and at the hair. Daniels told
this an old bitch, by the way.
Told police she later used LaSure's phone to send herself $1,500 that she used to pay for shoes and at the hair and nail salon. And while she stood in,
I goddamn it, my memory is fucking impeccable. Right now, remember I just said, if I'm not mistaken, Judge Massey's Division 11 downstairs. Why is the news anchor standing in front of Division 11? I've been to that motherfucker a lot of times. He's got PTSD. But wait a minute. She old, but she savvy. She got the $10, she got his wallet, and she like, shit, I know Cash App and shit on here. Let me grab this nigga phone so I can just send myself some money. And then she said she spent $1,500 on her nails and shoes. Bitch, what you buy, some red bottoms? Oh. Damn grave robber.
Police say she then picked up the $10 he was going to give her off the ground. Daniels told police she later used LaSure's phone to send herself $1,500.
Oh no, dang. Oh, does she not? She don't look old at all. If that's the bitch, she don't look old. She look like she might be 30. That's why she's so good, because that's how she knew about. That's how she knew to take that nigga's cell phone and send her the money. Old bitch don't know about that. Old bitch don't know about the Cash App and the PayPal app.
The question is, why was she there?
Because he was a sugar daddy.
That's what I'm thinking. That he's giving her money.
They said that they were arguing and stuff. And she said, "Well, fuck it, just give me some money to get home." And he obliged, but the nigga just so happened to have a heart attack on his way outside to give her the money. He wasn't tripping with her. He went and got the money. He just passed out, and she was an opportunist. She was like, "Well, since the nigga did," she didn't call 911. She said, "Oh shit, he done passed out. Let me go in the house, get his phone so I can Cash App me some money. Let me get his wallet so I can use his credit cards, and let me pick that $10 up he came back outside to give me."
She could have been.
She's really just an opportunist.
She could be charged without rendering aid.
Well, we ain't got that law. We ain't got the Good Samaritan law in Memphis. I seen a blowout on the expressway today, and the sheriff department saying it too. That nigga sped up like me. I'm like, bruh, help! You just ain't gonna help this woman. Like, her blowout was so bad, it blew part of her bumper off to where I was like, and this nigga just sped up. He said, "I ain't got the time today, cuz." Like, me neither. My baby in the car. You on the clock, bitch. Pull over. This nigga sped up.
That she used to pay for shoes and at the hair and nail salon. And while she stood in front of Judge Karen Massey today, it's not Daniels' first time being in front of a judge. Last year, Daniels went to jail for allegedly shooting at a car full of children at a...
This bitch had nerve to be crying to her around. You wasn't crying when you went through that man's shit. But I'm serious. Like, I don't think like that. That's some. Well, I guess it is stealing, but is it? He dead. The $10.
Wasn't her property. She went in his house.
Yeah, I can see it, but you know, and the neighbor, anybody would have walked in that motherfucker. He dead. Family members finna walk in there jet.
She went in his house and took his property out of his home.
I think the most of us should be okay. Yeah, the 1,500.
Then after
there you go, the 1,500. Theft over 1,500.
Yeah,
I got you.
After he died, she transferred money to herself.
That's why I said theft over 1,500, theft over 1,000. I give her the felony for that. That's it. That's all.
Because she used his phone to transfer the money to herself, which is considered wire fraud.
Nah, I wouldn't go that far. We just do the theft over 500.
Because he did not send it. There's no possible way he could have sent it. He was incapacitated, so they know it had to be her. And number two, it wasn't he. She didn't even send it to herself on his property, so there's no way she did it elsewhere.
See what her dumb ass should have did was, instead of taking the phone, just sent it to herself. So it would have seemed like around that time he sent her the money. He passed out. She picked her $10 up. Yeah, she crazy. Why are they at a Taco Bell? Let's see here.
It's not Daniel's first time.
Like I said, we just in like story number 2. I got like 18 more of these. Just the news been spicy this week or last week, brother.
Being in front of a judge. Last year, Daniels went to jail for allegedly shooting at a car full of children at a fast food restaurant. Police say 8 people were in danger, including those kids ranging from 1 to 8 years old. Daniels will be back in court tomorrow. In Memphis, Marcus Hunter, WREG News Channel 3.
Why was she out? Why wasn't she considered a danger to the community since she shot in a car full of kids? And 8 of them, 8 people? Why was she even out?
Well,
and then you got these Black Lives Matter idiots running around talking about ban cash bonds. What the fuck? Bonds need to be stricter.
Okay, so she sent herself $1,500 in multiple of $200 per transaction.
Yeah, because Cash App, you can't send a whole bunch of money at one time. So that was the maximum that she had to do.
They're going to get her on that. Police say they went to the home of Daniel's child's father, where he instructed them that Daniels did not live at his residence. The child's father said he later located Daniels at a hotel where she told him what happened. So they went looking for him at her last known address, and he said she didn't live there anymore. And then they found her at a hotel.
Big K, they said you done got brainwashed on the dirt road, G. I need you to let me know if those rumors are true. Have you been brainwashed on the dirt road? If so, bring your ass over here to the asphalt road. Your feet ain't gonna be dirty or none of that, nigga. We got paved roads. We civilized over here. Just saying.
Daniels is now facing multiple charges, including aggravated burglary, theft of property, and identity theft.
Right now at 6 o'clock, enough fentanyl in this Mickey Mouse baby bump.
Okay, this one here is sad. This one is 9-month-old dies after 17-year-old Nassau County mother puts fentanyl in bottle. It's the sheriff talking.
Killed a Nassau County 9-month-old. His mother is under. Right now at 6 o'clock, enough fentanyl in this Mickey Mouse baby bottle, police say, to kill 10 people. The drug did kill a Nassau County 9-month-old. His mother is under arrest.
What mother will do that? That's not normal. That is sick.
Sheriff Bill Leeper says the young mother, who is only 17 years old, told deputies she thought she was giving cocaine to the baby to help put him to sleep, but it was.
What?
As if that's better. The young 17-year-old mother. Now, I was about to give her some sympathy and give her the whole postpartum depressing speech and all of that. But no, this bitch said, I thought I was giving them cocaine to put them to sleep. Not NyQuil, not Benadryl, not melatonin, not any over-the-counter drug. I thought I was giving him cocaine, a substance that keeps you woke. I don't give a fuck about her being 17. She's a dumb bitch. Where the fuck did she get cocaine from? And if she's smart enough to go and buy cocaine, and she knows cocaine is a fucking stimulant, it don't put you to sleep. Motherly instinct.
Sheriff Bill Leeper says the young mother, who is only 17 years old, told deputies she thought she was giving cocaine to the baby to help put him to sleep, but it was actually fentanyl.
News Jackson reporter Marilyn Parker joining us live from Nassau County. Marilyn, she's now in jail, but she said something after she was arrested that's also causing concern.
Yes, the sheriff said as she was being booked into the jail, she told deputies that she might be pregnant again. This case is so disturbing that it is leaving deputies asking, what on earth was this young mother thinking?
When Sheriff Bill Leeper started his news conference, he put a baby bottle, then a pill bottle on the podium. From there, the details only got worse.
It's beyond my imagination why a mother would do that to her child.
On June 26th, he says a 17-year-old mother was tired. She wanted to put her 9-month-old son to sleep, so she made him a bottle.
She got the baby's bottle, filled it with formula, then went into the bathroom and found a pill bottle. She put some of what she thought was cocaine in the bottle.
The baby wouldn't wake up. Deputies responded to the house and tried to revive him. He died at the hospital.
This is the actual bottle. Our narcotics unit tested the substance and found the presence of fentanyl.
On July 10th, the sheriff said the medical examiner ruled the baby's death a fentanyl overdose. They say the amount of fentanyl this baby had in his system would kill 10 people.
Think about that. A small child. This in his system.
There were other adults in the house at the time. Sheriff Leeper says it appears the mother's actions were her decisions alone. He added, this is a sad case and probably won't be the last.
How do we change this so something this ridiculous doesn't happen?
Well, obviously it starts in the home. It didn't here. You have to teach your kids about the dangers of drugs. Babies are our most vulnerable among us.
What do you mean? No, she knew about the dangers of drugs, and this bitch said she was gonna use cocaine to put him to sleep. This bitch is stupid. She needs to be charged as an adult, like y'all would do any male. Do not give her a pass because she's a female. This bitch told y'all she gave the baby cocaine. All the shit she could have gave this baby that was legal. She said cocaine is what she decided to do. When has cocaine ever been used as a sleeping agent? Maybe to numb pain, but to go to sleep?
They're solely dependent upon someone else for all of their needs, for everything.
And a few reminders from the sheriff. It doesn't take much fentanyl for it to be lethal, and that there are many resources for parents who are struggling and for those who are struggling with addiction. We're going to post a few of those links in this story on newsforjax.com. Reporting live in Nassau County, Marilyn Parker, Channel 4, the local station.
Black men are more.
It's scientifically proven that our skin, our melanin, what makes us dark, is a natural barrier against the sun. That's why white people, for the longest, have been told they're more apt to skin cancers than blacks. Now they're trying to say, no, black men are more apt to have skin cancer because that's how melanoma is. It's a form of skin cancer. Now they're trying to say our natural DNA and all of that good stuff, which is why most of the people from the Mideast are darker because the sun is out and things of that nature, and the chocolate, the pigmentation is our protection. That's why, like, up until like 2010, you didn't hear niggas, they saying niggas need to wear sunscreen, and which is for white people. Sorry, black people did not have suntan lotion during slavery, and they were in the field for hours. I'm sure the black guys that are in jail that have to do like they work on the what do they call them, the labor colonies or whatever, like Angola prison. I'm sure they don't give them sunscreen when they have them out. So yeah, this is a bit of fake science. I'm sure Mad will be interested in this. Here we go. But the name of it is New Study Says Black Men Are Most Likely to Die from Melanoma Compared to Other Demographics. Keep in mind, melanoma is skin cancer. Now, I've known niggas to die from a lot of cancer, but skin cancer wasn't one of them.
Likely to die from the skin cancer melanoma than any other demographic. That's all according to a brand new study by the Journal of the American Academy of Dermatology. And that's all.
Yeah, and they also told us Pluto wasn't a planet, only to tell us it is again. They told us for like 10 years it wasn't. They took it out of school books, and now it's a planet again. I don't trust these dermatologists. They're trying to scare niggas. Guys, if they're trying to scare you to go buy sunscreen, it's because they put something in it. Let me go into my conspiracy bag like man. They putting something in there for niggas. Hey. Hey.
According, again, to that study, and Brianna Hamlin's going in depth on that study for us this morning. So, Brianna, good morning to you. What else does this study tell us?
Good morning, Ben. Well, it shows us that men of color overall have a lower melanoma survival rate compared to white men. And this may be surprising to some. So men of color, especially black men, are more likely to have melanoma diagnosed at an advanced stage, making it more difficult to treat. This is even the case when you adjust factors such as income level and insurance coverage. The study also found men as a whole, regardless of race, have double the mortality rate from melanoma than women. Melanoma causes more than 9,000 deaths per year in the U.S. Dermatologists say sun protection is the biggest form of prevention. That means wearing sunscreen with SPF 30 or higher, wearing sun-protective clothing, and making sure you get annual skin exams.
People that have darker pigmentation have more natural pigmentation than do.
I'm also weird because they ain't say black people in general. They said black men. Why wouldn't black women be affected like this? Don't wear sunscreen, niggas. I'm telling you. I'm weary of this. They want niggas to wear sunscreen now. No, don't do it. They want you to do it for a reason. It's not good.
Protective clothing and making sure you get annual skin exams.
People that have darker pigmentation have more natural pigmentation than do people that are paler. But all races can get skin cancer. And so I think that it's important that everybody uses a certain amount of sun protection. And some people will have higher tolerances, but we see the most dangerous type.
Some people will have higher tolerances, meaning us. We don't need no damn sunscreen. Y'all should wear some type. They got all type of levels, 10, 30, SPF 40, 50. This is bullshit.
The skin cancer, the melanoma in people of all races.
People can also self-check. That means you check for any dark spots on your body, especially if it changes shape. And if you see that, make sure to call a dermatologist and make an appointment as soon as possible.
A mid-state soccer coach.
Okay. Franklin police working to identify children suspected of being raped by soccer coach. I think this is in Nashville.
accused of drugging and raping young boys after gaining their trust.
The coach is now behind bars, but police need your help identifying the victims. We're glad you're joining us tonight at 6.
He needs to be put in front of a firing squad.
Buddy, I'm Hunter Hoagland.
And I'm Rory Johnston. This investigation started after the suspect left his phone at a Franklin pizza parlor. News Channel 5's Alexander Cohen explains how that sparked the case.
On June 22nd at Marco's Pizza in Cool Springs.
It's in the oven. It's going to be 877.
A customer left an unlocked phone on the counter. The worker didn't know Spanish, so they looked up photos to see if they recognized who left it. Instead, police say the employee found videos of young boys being drugged and raped.
He was calling me and he was explaining to me, he was like, it's horrible, it's horrible, it's horrible. And like, so he didn't really go in with depth. And he's like, I don't really want to even tell you what I saw in here, but it was so bad.
Amanda Williams says the accused rapist came back to the pizza parlor the next day.
He was shaking, his hands were shaking.
She grabbed a photo of his license plate, called police, and they arrested Camilo Campos for child rape and sexual exploitation of a minor.
It's so sad, and I just feel for the families and the victims.
Franklin police say 2 out of 10 victims have been identified.
Some of the victims that have come forward are in their 20s. And so this has gone on for a long time.
Lieutenant Charlie Warner says they combed through hundreds of images.
Because a lot of the kids that are in these videos, they are in such a comatose state that they may not even realize that they were ever victimized.
Police,
bro, Popeye's chicken sandwich ain't been new in 3 years, man. This shit old now. Niggas ain't even eating it like that no more.
Campos would go to playgrounds to recruit players to his soccer team. He was a popular coach in the Latino community.
Where we know that this suspect was gaining the trust of kids, endearing some of their parents' hearts, taking them to his home, drugging and raping them.
For perspective, the suspect lived here in a home on Glass Lane, across from some soccer fields, wedged between 2 separate schools. According to the Franklin Special Schools District, he didn't coach at Freedom Intermediate School or the next door elementary school, but they're heartbroken for the families impacted.
This is really one of the most egregious child sex cases that we have seen in Franklin.
Reporting in Franklin, Alexander Cohen, News Channel 5.
Thanks, Alexandra. At one point, the suspect also lived in the Hill Estates neighborhood. If you know someone who might have been a victim, police ask those folks to come forward so they can get help and hopefully heal.
Tennessee's ban on gender.
Here we go. Tennessee has a ban on gender-affirming care. And this story is asking, what does it mean for the future of youth health care? I don't think you should be making that decision. If you can't smoke till you're 21, because that's the new law, you can't smoke tobacco till you're 21. I don't think they should be able to choose if they're a boy or a girl, but not till they at least 21. That's just my opinion.
Tennessee's ban on gender-affirming care for minors can take effect, but there are still questions surrounding the law, like what will happen to those currently receiving care and how will it be enforced? As News Channel 5's Olivia Michael explains, the ruling is sure to face additional legal battles.
Ray Holloman says he transitioned 7 years ago.
This is truly trying to let people live their best lives, allow them to be truly healthy.
For him, he says that included receiving proper health care during his transition.
Before I transitioned, I was depressed and all of these things. And so this healthcare, being able to work with my medical provider.
Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. This nigga they talking to, the truth, this story is on News Channel 5 on YouTube, by the way. It's from 8 days ago. The title is, What Does the Ban on Gender Affirming Care Mean for the Future of Youth Health? Now, I'm looking at this person talking at the 38-second mark. This nigga got a beard and shit. He sound like a bitch. So I'm not sure if this is a man that turned into a woman or a woman that turned into a man, because you know these people that are trans now, they got beards and titties and you don't know what's going on. I don't know which one it is, but it's speaking.
For him, he says that included receiving proper health care during his transition.
Before I transitioned, like I was depressed and all of these things. And
so it's a girl. Okay, so the person that's talking is a girl that turned into a man. Okay.
So this healthcare, being able to work with my medical providers, being able to work with them and figure out, okay, I want to go on testosterone. What's the impact of that going to be on my life?
Now he worries about young people who begin their transition in the future. In a recent decision, the Sixth Circuit Court reinstated Tennessee's ban on gender-affirming care for minors.
But my interpretation would be that any kind of surgical intervention is strictly prohibited, and any new gender-affirming care through medication would strictly be prohibited.
But News Channel 5 legal analyst Nick Leonardo says under a provision of the law, anyone currently receiving gender-affirming care through medications has until next March to discontinue that care.
What we're seeing all around America is people are general assemblies in each state are passing these laws, okay? And all it is a rush to the United States Supreme Court, just like we saw with the abortion ban.
He admits enforcing the law could be tricky, but there are repercussions for those who break it.
Doctors can be disciplined, okay, through their professional organizations for doing something, you know, like providing gender-affirming care.
Holloman says this is just the beginning of a long road ahead.
So it's just more and more fighting and trying to figure out how do we ensure that our trans youth are able to get access to the healthcare that they need.
Olivia Michael, News Channel 5.
Tennessee Attorney General Jonathan Skrmetti praised the ruling and said, quote, the Court of Appeals lifted the injunction, meaning the law can be fully enforced, and recognized that Tennessee is likely to win the constitutional argument and the case.
I'm Patrick Elwood.
And I'm Dina Barrett. Thank you for joining.
All right, y'all. This next story is 21-year-old Mariano's employee shot, killed inside Evergreen Park store. I think it's in Chicago. I'm not sure. Give me a little hot second, and I'll be right back. Put this child back in bed. She's falling asleep again. Every time I turn around, that puss ass nigga in Detroit got something to say. MoneyBoy trade this, MoneyBoy trade that. Nigga, what's up? You don't want no smoke, bitch ass nigga. I'ma stay counting money. Big face, blue honey. What's beef, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. Gemini, you don't want it. Gemini, you don't want it. Gemini, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. I'ma stay counting money. Big face, blue honey. What's beef, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. Gemini, you don't want it. Gemini, you don't want it. Gemini, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. Extended clip, hold a honey. Trap lag, gotta jump in. 2 for 1, Tim Duncan. Back and forth, fiend comment. Blue faces, I'm honey. Paper chasing, bitch, I run it. I'm a star, I'm a comment. Drippin' sauce while I'm stunning. 000 comma. Cape Coast in Guyana. 3 bitches with me thick as shit. Politicking, kicking in the sun. State game, be the Honda. Stupid loud marijuana. Lord Miller, born and raised, got it off the blade, hustling on the corner. Shades, Dolce & Gabbana. President shit Obama. Country thug, JJ, MoneyBoy trade, niggas got a problem. Pussy niggas used to rob them. Kept a 30 revolver. Got a problem solver. Red diamond like the Cardinal. 100 rounds in my arsenal. Treat her up like a hostel. I got shooters on the roster. Dreadhead nigga roster. Real deal, no imposter. Legendary, I'm a rockstar. Real deal, no imposter. Legendary, I'm a rockstar. I'ma stay counting money. Big face, blue honey. What's beef, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. Gemini, you don't want it. Gemini, you don't want it. Gemini, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. I'ma stay counting money. Big face, blue honey. What's beef, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. Gemini, you don't want it. Gemini, you don't want it. Gemini, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. Purple act pouring up the drink. Purple kush rolling up the drink. Super dome feeling like a Yankees. Niggas mad doing what they can't. In a coupe flicking switching lane. B12 black and gold paint.
F-15 custom license plate. Look alive, block boy, Twisted Drake. Dunkin' high, I'ma get the cake. Gold bottle, pop 'em by the case. 201 indicted on the case. 9th floor trial any day. Fake shit, I see it in your face. Moon rock, I'm in outer space. Cheap deal, sell it by the 8. Real rich from the murder 8. Know a couple niggas beat the murder case. I be on the road moving state to state. Shout out country club, JJ, your face. State game, bitch, all in your face. No game to play, no time to wait. Money boy trading on the keep the K. I been on the grind, no sleep for days. Self-made nigga, read the resume. North Member niggas, I was born and raised. Head cold vision, I been calling plays. Money coming in by the 1,000 ways. You a surfboard nigga, you just ride the wave. North Member nigga, I was born and raised. Head cold vision, I been calling plays. Money coming in by the 1,000 ways. You a surfboard nigga, you just ride the wave. I'ma stay counting money. Big face, blue honey. What's beef, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. Drummer now, you don't want it. Drummer now, you don't want it. Drummer now, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. I'ma stay counting money. Big face, blue honey. What's beef, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey. Drummer now, you don't want it. Drummer now, you don't want it. Drummer now, you don't want it. Extended clip, hold a honey.
Oh, we back. Back. Who is this? You got the anchor up, D-Truth?
That's a woman transitioning to be a man.
Yeah, that's not the guy. That's not the guy for this.
Oh, that's not him? Okay.
that looked like a fake ass news anchor. Who was that? Ron Burgundy?
That's a woman transitioning to be a man. Now, what's the next story?
Patrick Elwood.
And I'm Gina Barrett. Thank you.
Police, a 21-year-old Mariano's employee shot, killed inside Evergreen Park store. And by the time you find the story, it's 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
For joining us.
I don't know why.
First, though, breaking news in Evergreen Park, a shooting at a Mariano's grocery store. WGN's Gaynor Hall is live at the scene with details. Gaynor?
Yeah, Pat and Dina, the victim is a 21-year-old woman who worked at this Mariano's grocery store here in Evergreen Park. Let's show you some video from the scene. The call coming in just after 9 o'clock this morning. Shots fired inside the store. Evergreen Park police say surveillance video shows the suspect, who's believed to be the victim's boyfriend, following her in the store. She was found dead in a back storage room. Police were able to track down the shooter by pulling a police report from a previous incident involving the couple when she was working at the Amazon store in neighboring Oak Lawn. They got a description of his car, and using license plate readers, Chicago police were able to take him into custody on Chicago's north side.
The process initially was we cautiously, approached and entered immediately based on the information that we had, and we believed at that time we did have a shooter inside of the building. As soon as we saw people, those we could were in the front of the store, we immediately evacuated them outside of the store and then continued inward to attempt to locate an offender. And that's when we located the victim in the back of the store.
Definitely terrifying moments for shoppers and employees at this Mariano's grocery store. Again, one person, a Mariano's worker, was shot and killed in this domestic incident. The shooter is now in police custody. Evergreen Park police continuing to interview witnesses while the store remains closed for now. One person did suffer an ankle injury while fleeing the store, but no one else was shot in this incident. So of course, we'll continue to follow the latest developments here, but for now, live from Eugene.
Well, thank you, Eugene.
Okay. FBI finds human remains decorated around Bullitt County man's home during search. Yes, human remains were decorated around the house. Now, I think we can all agree that this is going to be a white person that did this. Ain't no niggas keeping no human remains. I'm sorry. This is white. It's got white man written all over it.
Wait a minute now. Miss Robbie's whoever kept.
You're not gonna get me sued, sir. No, sir. Nope. You ain't getting me sued. No, that did not happen. That's what Auntie said. Auntie Shanice Cody was lying. That's why she being sued.
Not first got on the FBI's radar when they were investigating a Pennsylvania man who was found to be in possession of human organs and was connected with other people who were selling remains.
Deep truth, his name is James Mott, M-O-T-T. Hold on, let me make sure. Hold on. I believe it's James Mott.
Well, Vicki, James Knott first got on the FBI's radar when they were investigating a Pennsylvania man.
James Knott, N-O-T-T.
I got him.
This nigga here. He looked like the Unabomber. Now, he look crazy.
The Unabomber's
He's definitely
dead,
white.
sir. The Unabomber's dead.
He look like him. That motherfucker look crazy. I told you he was white. I didn't even have to see him to know he was white. That nigga had human remains decorating his house. White people are known to keep trophies. Yes, that's the crazy white boy right there.
And who was found to be in possession of human organs and was connected with other people who were selling remains. That led them to execute a search warrant on Knott's Mount Washington home yesterday. What they found was disturbing. We do want to warn you, some of the details you're about to hear are graphic. On Tuesday morning, this normally quiet neighborhood was awakened by federal agents serving a search warrant on this home. Inside was James Knott, a man suspected to be involved in a network of people selling human remains online. Caroline Branham was at home asleep across the street, but her son's girlfriend was awake.
She got up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and saw the blue lights and everything, and she still didn't know for sure what was going on.
According to court documents, when agents asked Knott if anyone else was inside his residence, he responded, "Only my dead friends." Once inside, the meaning behind those chilling words became clear to agents. During their search, they found 40 human skulls, spinal cords, femurs, and hip bones. Some of the skulls were used as decoration, one wearing a headscarf, another sitting on the bed where Knott slept.
It's a shock. When I heard this, you just never know who your neighbor is anymore.
But it doesn't end there. According to court documents, Knott was also selling human remains on Facebook under the alias William Burke. The FBI says Knott has been linked to a network of people in several states who are believed to be trafficking human remains. Some of the remains are believed to have been stolen from a mortuary in Little Rock, Arkansas, while others were allegedly taken by a morgue manager at the Harvard Medical School. Agents even finding a Harvard Medical School bag inside Knott's home. They also
Now, why is it illegal for regular human beings to sell cadavers, but other institutions can? They said this guy from Harvard was a morgue manager, which means Harvard is buying cadavers from somebody to have a morgue manager.
Because they can only be sold to other medical institutions or schools or things like that. Like full skeletons can be sold to schools, but you can't sell human parts to people. It's illegal to possess human bones, because if it wasn't illegal,
why is that though?
Because if it wasn't illegal to possess human bones, people would just go in and start grave robbing. If there was a market for it, they would just go in there and start grave robbing and selling skulls and everything else. Because he had spines and everything else, he was buying it from someone that was illegally selling medical cadavers.
I say he got some of his stuff from the morgue manager at Harvard, and then they said some of them were stolen from mortuaries.
Yes,
but they said he part of the ring. He's part of the buying and or selling.
Yeah, he's buying things for people. He's also reselling them.
I don't think he's been accused of killing any of these things.
No one is dead. These are all post-mortem.
This is ridiculous. This is a victimless crime. bit sick, but still a victimless crime. He gonna be, he give me serial killer vibes though. He just ain't snapped shit.
On weapons, ammunition, and materials to make destructive devices.
Yes, I'm shocked. I mean, but anymore nowadays, nothing surprises me. You know, this world is just, from when I was younger to the, things have changed.
Right now, the only charge Not facing is the possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. If he's convicted, Not faces up to 10 years in prison. Live in studio tonight, Drew Gardner, WLKY News. Thank you.
So why the fuck if he charged with his gun with this, why the fuck y'all tell us about the other shit? Apparently he wasn't doing nothing illegal with the other shit. Wasn't a crime.
Him selling it is.
But they didn't say he was. They just had him with possession of it.
I don't think they can.
That's why they only charged him with felon in possession of a gun. They went there because they had him linked to a ring of people that was doing it, but he seemed to only be charged with felon in possession of a gun after they searched his house.
More charges may come, but I don't think they can prove that he was the guy selling the stuff online.
Next story is more than $50,000 at Caesar's Palace Casino. I don't know what this weird guy was doing. He was at Caesar's Palace doing something. He caused more than $50,000 worth of damage. I think he was high off them bath salts.
Drew.
And to our other top story here at 6 o'clock, a detective at the scene of a hostage situation at Caesar's Palace says it's the most severe property damage he's seen in his career.
That man appeared in court today accused of kidnapping, video capturing him throwing furniture from the 21st floor of the hotel window.
8 News Now reporter Joshua Peguero was in the courtroom and explains why 35-year-old Matthew Mannix will not be getting out of jail anytime soon.
This is the first court appearance for Matthew Mannix, and in court, prosecutors laid out the violent incident that took place on Tuesday at Caesar's Palace, but also the fact that he's previously been convicted for kidnapping.
The court has concerns regarding the allegations that you have 4 active protective orders against individuals, and you have a fugitive hold from Colorado for a similar kidnapping conviction.
Mannix was in handcuffs. Just 24 hours ago, he barricaded himself and another woman in the Caesars hotel room for 6 hours. In court documents, investigators say the 35-year-old claimed to have a, quote, magazine full of rounds and that he would, quote, pull the trigger. Officers didn't mention that a gun was found in the report. Video we obtained shows Mannix throwing items from the window.
I just heard like a big bang, and then I looked up, I saw somebody throw like an object.
Authorities say Mannix and the woman he allegedly held hostage experienced a transient lifestyle on the strip and binged on drugs for the past several days. The woman told responding officers Mannix had a knife and she feared he would throw her out the window. A detective said in the arrest report that the hotel room's damage was, quote, some of the most severe property damage that I have seen in my 18 years as a detective. Damages are estimated at more than $50,000. The judge set Mannix's bond at $750,000 and he's scheduled to appear next in court on Monday, July 17th. Reporting at the Regional Justice Center, Joshua Peguero, 8 News Now.
Good evening, I'm Caroline.
Nail shop owner unhappy with customers' negative review posts customers' address on social media. So the nail shop owner doxed somebody because they ain't like their review. I'm willing to bet the nail shop owner is black. I'm just gonna go out on a limb here. I don't like what you say, so I'm gonna dox you. That sounds like some black woman.
It's Houston.
There you go. Korea, I have never heard of a Korean doxing a nigga, and they be doing all types of weird shit at the nail shop. Yeah.
The name of the shop is Helen's Nail Spa.
This is ridiculous.
Collins, welcome to the First
Helen,
15.
no,
Only
that's
on
tricky.
Fox
That's a
tonight,
white
a
woman.
Friendswood nail shop owner unhappy with a customer's negative review posts a cease and desist letter to social media that includes that unhappy customer's home address. Fox 26's Randy Wallace joining us live from the newsroom with the exclusive. Randy.
Yeah, Caroline. Now, this is the second time in about as many months we've heard from a customer of Epic Nail Spa, also known as Helen's Nail Spa, questioning the amount.
Oh, there you go. Epic Nail Spa. That's a nigga name. Yeah. Epic, AKA Helen. See, you got an AKA. See, tricky. I know niggas. They tried to trick you. When the AKA, also known as, oh yeah, it's
Second time in about as many months, we've heard from a customer of Epic Nail Spa, also known as Helen's Nail Spa, questioning the amount they were charged.
My regular nail lady was out of town. I believe she was like in Austin.
That's why Natalie Garrett says she tried Epic Nail Spa,
white lady
also known as
complaining.
Helen's Nail Spa, on El Dorado Boulevard in Friendswood. Natalie says she was floored when the owner charged her $200 last month. She admits.
oh yeah, that was definitely a nigga. They overcharged. That was a black woman, got to be. And then she called it Helen's to get the trust of the white women.
They don't show a picture. They don't show a picture of who it is.
Sir, the name of the damn nail salon is Epic.
It says
AKA Helen's. Yeah, but they called it, you heard the news anchor call it Epic first, and then he said also known as, yeah, she got a Helen's on the building to trick the white people into coming.
Yeah, but that's what it says on the building is Helen's.
Yeah, she it's a nigga.
Didn't ask the nail shop owner the price beforehand.
I should have done that, which I will from now on.
Natalie posted a review.
I showed my nails, the picture with the background
I
of
bet if you go on Facebook and look in Helen's nail shop, you will see the nigga taking all kinds of pictures, smiling. It's a nigga.
the what she was charging when I was there.
Attorney Andrew Gray sent Natalie this cease and desist letter. It accuses her of making false, malicious statements against Helen's Nail Spa. It says if she doesn't remove the libelous post, she will face a defamation lawsuit.
In the last few days, they've been putting that letter on everybody's comment. Everybody's comment.
What do you think about that?
I'm upset about it. Very upset.
The letter was initially posted with Natalie's home address.
I'm not happy about, my address being out there, which she has scratched off as of yesterday.
When we asked Attorney Andrew Gray about the letter, he said her address is public information. When you post that letter like that with someone's home address on it, you have held them up now to be someone to come and assault them, break into their home, burglarize them. That was really not a smart thing to do.
I'm not happy at all. And I just can't believe that they could do that to someone.
Last April, Madeline Warner told us Epic Nail Spa charged her almost $700 after she...
It's another white lady. It's got to be. Black women came forward and said they was overcharged. It was just white women. She was like, y'all bitches got it. I'm just saying. I ain't mad at the black woman. She get shit, but she definitely black.
He complained about a $50 charge for a color change.
Girl, what do you mean black don't write reviews? Really? Really? Who be putting all the negative comments under my comment section, man? Man, ain't no white people. That's a review. Motherfuckers is calling, trying to get your shows canceled, and motherfuckers saying, I'm gonna call such and such and let them know who they dealing with. That's a guest giving a review. That's niggas, ma'am. Niggas. White people gave niggas the blueprint on how to cancel somebody, and niggas just took it and ran with it. Niggas is calling jobs. They ain't white people no more. What white person on YouTube calling niggas jobs and shit? You know a whole bunch of black ones that do it. Doxing the fuck out of you. They do everything. They calling mortuaries to see if you done actually died and some more shit. It's niggas. Flying drones over your house, niggas. Calling your mama church? Niggas. Calling CPS? Niggas. Calling St. Jude? Niggas.
Well, Helen's website has expired.
Helen's canceled that shit.
It says the site is expired. Please contact Nail Solutions LLC. Let's see who owns Nail Solutions LLC.
E. Brooks, I ain't never been struck by a white content creator on YouTube. Just niggas.
Oh, by the way, Michael Stovall is going to strike us.
I don't give a fuck. Strike D. Never mind. Pause. So you know I'm the creator of beating strikes. I'm not worried about this shit. You just worry about what you gonna do when you strike me and I strike your channel 3 times because you got me and my kid all over that motherfucker. You figure out how you gonna counter it 3 times to keep from losing your channel. I dare you to strike. You can send me 1. I'm gonna send your ass 3 because I don't know why you would be striking me. I ain't fucked with you and I don't know how long. I don't talk about you.
And it played it again.
But
tonight.
you can try though. I troll different. You seen Philly Field crying about me giving her a 2. She ain't get the message where it said your channel is scheduled to be terminated in 7 days because of strikes. I just gave her 2. I could have went on and sent the 3rd one because they said they needed more information. But I'm like, point proven. Yeah, you try, little bitch. I bet your dumb ass won't figure out how to beat it. But then since you pissed her brother off the other day, she ain't gonna help you. Maybe if you had got in and said this shit before you fell out with her gay ass brother, that might have helped you. Not this time. You on your own, little bitch. So try it.
Oh, he threw some shade at him too.
But here's that. Well, see, there you go.
Truth is always a defense to defamation. Natalie says what she posted about the nail spa is true, and she's not removing her post. If you had to do it all over again, what would you do?
Oh, I would still make the post.
Attorney Andrew Gray told us the owner of Helen's Nail Spa, aka Epic Nail Spa, declined to comment. Reporting live from the newsroom, Randy Wallace, Fox 26.
What's the name?
And this afternoon.
Well, we are back in Memphis because this story is shocking as fuck, including to me. 3 teens, including a 12-year-old, charged in carjackings from downtown to Cordova. Yes, there is a 12-year-old and 2 other teens that have been just riding around carjacking motherfuckers.
4 juveniles, including a 12-year-old, are facing multiple
4 juveniles. My bad. They're not counting the 12-year-old as a teen. I get them.
charges after a crime spree across Memphis.
WRG's Jordan James is live now to tell us about the crimes they're now accused of. Jordan, fill us in.
Hey, Greg, the parking garage behind me is one of the many scenes throughout the city connected to those young folks, which ended with them being taken into custody.
In a matter of few hours, a group of juveniles are accused of wreaking havoc across the city of Memphis Wednesday. From downtown to Cordova, remnants of the crime spree are all around. Police say it started here at the Hyatt Centric Hotel around 8:30 in the morning, where a man told officers his Kia Sportage was stolen from a nearby parking garage. Surveillance reportedly shows the thieves exiting the garage with a busted rear passenger window. The New Jersey man says the thieves got away with thousands of dollars in clothing, souvenirs, and other valuables. Just over an hour later, a woman traveling along Germantown Parkway in Cordova told officers that someone rear-ended her driving a sedan. So she pulled over to the side of the road. That's when she says one of the people involved in the crash pulled a gun, demanding her car, and they took off with her Infiniti. Eventually, that Infiniti was spotted by officers in the 3500 block of Brantley Road. Police say they tried to pull it over, but it wouldn't stop, so they chased it until the Infiniti crashed into a stop sign near the intersection of South Parkway East and Maserati. A total of 4 people were seen running from the Infiniti. Police say they were able to catch all 4 2 were 16 years old, a 15-year-old, and 1 was 12 years old. They now face multiple charges, including carjacking. We checked with Memphis police. So far this year, there have been more than 8,600 auto thefts. That compared to nearly 4,000 this same time last year.
8,600 car thefts.
And I did reach out to the victims in this case. They declined to speak on camera, but did express a sense of appreciation that an arrest has been made in this case. We're now reporting here live tonight downtown. Jordan James, WREG, News Channel 3.
Now, the truth. What do you think? What do you think about these teens? They have guns. They're smart enough. They're smart enough to have guns. They're smart enough to drive. They're smart enough to carjack people. Should they be charged as adults?
Now, if they had gotten shot, they'd be crying, right? People would be crying. Oh, you didn't have to shoot them. You had a gun. You pulled it on people. So if you had been shot, people would be crying, right? Oh,
they crashing into people as well.
And if you
could have rear-ended the woman and caused her to go into another lane of traffic and cause a catastrophic accident.
Should they all be charged as adults? Yes. If one person pulled the gun
the
out,
12-year-old, no, not the 12-year-old, not so much. The 16 and 15-year-old, the 12-year-old was just there. I'm sure the 12-year-old probably did. I'm sure the only time the 12-year-old got out the car is when they said, "Come on, we getting in the new car." I don't think the 12-year-old had anything to do with this planning or shit. He just was with his big cousin. He was being babysit by the big cousin.
They're all getting charged as adults.
I think everyone should, except for the 12-year-old. Now, whatever time come with it, if you want to charge them with accessory and all of that, miss juvenile time.
Who had the gun though? They don't know. Did they say who had the gun? They didn't say.
They don't say. They're gonna end up snitching on each other. They're young. If nothing else, the 12-year-old gonna tell on everybody.
But you know what? The problem is that if say they were all 18, they would all be charged with the same crime, regardless of who had the gun, who showed the gun. If they were 18, they'd all be charged with the same crime.
I know if them 16-year-olds got a prior violent history, they definitely gonna be charged with as adults by any crime. 100% sure. If they got some violent background, they're gonna be charged as adults.
And they carjacked multiple people.
Yep. Took police on a high-speed chase. So we know it when the 12-year-old was probably in the back seat every time all this shit took off. They just said, "Come on, fool." Like when they rear-ended the lady and stole the damn Infinity. I don't think all 4 of them got out. I think it was a 2-car thing. The passenger got out, took their car, and then the other 3 were still in the original car. That's how I imagine. I don't see them rear-ending her and then all 4 of them hopping out and getting in her shit. But actually, they did do that because the police said when they crashed into the stop sign, all 4 of them hopped out the stolen Infinity. Grief.
A former Newton County Sheriff's deputy.
Former deputy charged with rape. I don't know where the hell Newton County is. Oh, it's in Atlanta. Well, no, I don't know if it's in Atlanta, but this story is on Fox 5 Atlanta.
What's the name of it?
Former deputy charged with rape.
Facing rape charges. Law enforcement officials say George Roming was in uniform and on patrol when he committed the crime. Fox 5's Deidre Dukes is at the sheriff's office with more. And Deidre, this allegation is disturbing.
It certainly is, and Roming has been fired. Now, officials are not saying when he allegedly committed this crime, but he was arrested after the GBI took over the investigation. 38-year-old George Roming had been with the Newton County Sheriff's Office for about 2 years when a woman came forward with a shocking allegation. The Sheriff's Office launched an investigation after the unidentified victim reported she had been raped by a deputy in uniform. They turned the case over to the GBI on July 10th after the initial information they received supported the allegation. According to the GBI, Roming was on patrol when he saw the woman and approached her. They say Roming and the victim engaged in non-consensual sexual activity.
I'm just hearing the news and it's shocking. You just don't know who to trust anymore. It's devastating, to hear.
Residents reacted to news of Roming's arrest Thursday.
That's devastating. Usually Newton County Sheriff, they're pretty good. They help out with the kids and things like that from my experience. But to hear that, that's really heartbreaking.
Sheriff's officials aren't commenting on the case. The Covington man is charged with rape, sexual assault, and violation of oath of office.
It's just the trust factor. We look up to law enforcement, or we're supposed to. Yeah, shocking. Very shocking, and I would hope it's not true. And I pray for both parties involved.
Now, officials tell us that Roming is being held in an undisclosed location and may make a court appearance tomorrow. In Newton County, Deidre Dukes, Fox 5 News.
All right, Deidre, thanks so much.
What's up with this nigga hairstyle? Why he got the why do fools fall in love Frankie Lyman hairdo? All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next one is 8CHO. I don't even know what the fuck that stands for. I guess it is something. Detention officer arrested at work for robbery charges. This nigga is a correction officer, and he was robbing niggas because of a bitch. Like, the bitch got in his ear. He decided he wanted to be the robbers instead of a correction officer.
The Secret Service is
Houston. Tonight, a Harris County detention officer is now in jail as an inmate charged with capital murder.
Oh, fuck that. He murked niggas. I thought he just robbed them. Nope, he murked niggas. He was arrested at work on a capital murder charge. Nigga went in to get his last check and they arrested him.
Tonight, a Harris County detention officer is now in jail as an inmate charged with capital murder. Gerald Wheeler was arrested yesterday afternoon, and to the transport in jail, his cell there was a short one. ABC 13 reporter Jessica Willey live with the response from the sheriff's office. Jessica.
Yeah, Eric, Gerald Wheeler was arrested here at work yesterday afternoon and then taken to be booked into jail just across the street. Court documents show that he left work early the day Houston police say he and 3 others planned to rob a pimp for cash.
Hey, rob pimping.
We're going to do Wheeler. We're going to do Gerald Wheeler. Not present.
Jarrell Wheeler waived his right to an appearance in probable cause court last night,
He literally tried to
just a
save
few
some
hours
hoes.
separated from being on the other side of the law. The 21-year-old Harris County detention officer was arrested just before his shift at the Harris County Jail on.
These just some average at best looking assholes. He threw his life away for these crazy looking ass bitches.
Thursday.
Oh, and I did, and I ain't gonna lie, I typically don't watch these stories. I watched this one all the way through. When you find out how much he killed these people for, because they knew, like, he was told up front how much money to expect. So when y'all hear the amount of what he did these murders for, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Because it wasn't even supposed to be no. They just supposed to rob him. But the amount is so petty, it's like, what the fuck? That was y'all big lick and y'all was gonna split that between 4 people?
For his role, Houston police, the 21-year-old Harris County detention officer was arrested just before his shift at the Harris County Jail on Thursday. For his role, Houston police say, in the capital murder of Otis Keith Parker in May.
The defendant and his 3 co-defendants ambushed the complainant.
According to court records, the murder was the result of a setup involving Wheeler, Jamal Brown, Quitiana Taylor, and Mariah Green to rob Parker of at least $1,500 in cash. It happened on involving Wheeler, Jamal Brown, Quitiana Taylor, and Mariah Green to rob Parker of at least $1,500 in cash.
$1,500. Now they were supposed to just rob him. That's bad enough to rob him and split it between 4 people. $1,500. $1,500. Your bail gonna be more than $1,500, my G.
It happened on Selinsky in Southeast Houston. Parker was behind the wheel of the black Hyundai when he was shot to death after driving Taylor and another woman home from Baton Rouge with the cash the women made from dancing, records state. There was planning and a flurry of text messages, some from Wheeler while he was on the job at the jail. Records say he texted one of the accomplices asking, quote, if he got a tool, also texting, quote, because I'm taking everything from everybody. Records say he left his shift at the jail early to be at the apartment complex for the alleged ambush. Brown was the trigger man. The 2 women fled after the shooting.
So the deputy wasn't even the damn trigger man, but he may as well should have been because he's gonna be charged just like he was.
Response to the arrest, the Harris County Sheriff's Office told ABC 13 they are aware of the arrest of Jarrell Tavon Wheeler, who has been relieved of duty. Wheeler was hired as a detention officer on December 6, 2021.
Like, if you look at the picture of these hoes, you see why they only had $1,500 between both of them from being in Baton Rouge selling pussy. 2 of them combined $750 a piece. That's they only have that. They don't look like shit, but that explains why both of them had $1,500 that they handed over to this guy. Y'all could have just took the money and bought y'all a fucking bus ticket, a train ticket, plane ticket, perhaps. Anyway.
And they are in full cooperation with the ongoing investigation.
Okay, the next one is a middle school principal lured girl. I think they said he lured this girl with a Happy Meal and something else. Yeah, that's the name of it. Middle school principal lured girl with. I can't see the whole thing because I'm playlist and it ain't no
Defendant and all 4 suspects have been charged with capital murder and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Bond for Wheeler is a total of $350,000. The remaining 3 have warrants out for their arrests. Jessica Willie, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
And he the only nigga that's locked up. The rest of them got warrants out, but they got that nigga as soon as he went to work. He was the one talking tough through the messages. He ain't pulled the trigger or nothing. How the fuck they know?
This morning, we are.
How the fuck they know who the trigger man is and he the only one in custody? Because that nigga snitched. He told. Because that wasn't in the text messages. That nigga told.
Are here to speak about the principal of the Johnson City Middle School and him currently being in custody for the charges of.
Here's the official title. Middle school principal lured girl with McDonald's grimace shake after meeting on Snapchat. 55-year-old middle school principal in New York tried to entice a 16-year-old girl with a fucking Happy. He needs to be put in front of a firing squad too. But also, why would the 16-year-old be engaging in conversations with him? I ain't heard this, but unless I hear them say he hit her up, said he was old as fuck, and she told her parents, I don't think she should get a pass either. At 16, she should know what statutory rape is, just like at 55. Push play.
The principal of the Johnson City Middle School and him currently being in custody for the charges of luring a child and attempted rape.
Daniel Erickson, a 55-year-old middle school principal in custody, accused of luring a 16-year-old girl for sex with a milkshake and chicken nuggets. Welcome back to Sidebar here on Law and Crime. I'm Anjanette Levy. Erickson is on administrative leave from the Johnson City School District, where he has worked for some time now. He's also being held without bail as sheriff's officials continue to investigate him. On July 7th, deputies say he showed up to a wooded area with chicken nuggets, condoms, and a Grimace milkshake from a popular fast food restaurant. Listen to the sheriff explain how it started.
The initial conversation on Snapchat began with Daniel posing as a younger adult and subsequently revealing his true identity as the principal.
Joining me to discuss this disturbing story and even more disturbing allegations is Florina Altschiller. She is a criminal defense attorney, but also worked as a prosecutor and prosecuted sex crimes for several years. So Florina, welcome back to Sidebar. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for having me. Your initial thoughts on this story and the allegations?
One word: disgusting. I think this is a disturbing story, and if true, very disturbing allegations.
Snapchat, is something a lot of teenagers use. Hopefully kids younger than teenagers aren't using it. But this type of thing, it's a digital footprint. It's going to be there forever. It's going to be tracked back to you. Does it surprise you that people still do these types of things, that they would pursue a child using social media?
I think there's a lot of misinformation about social media, and people think that Snapchat allows you to chat and the messages and videos disappear. They do not disappear. That digital footprint is left. Anyone can take a screenshot of it. Anyone can save it. And of course, it can always...
He catfished her, but then he eventually revealed his true age and decided to meet up with her.
Be subpoenaed from the provider. And so people thinking that they are protected behind this internet layer and wall with disappearing messages are absolutely wrong, and they will be caught, as we can see here.
He apparently, according to authorities, he's innocent until proven guilty, had been communicating with this 16-year-old girl for a week or more on Snapchat prior to his arrest. So your thoughts on that and the fact that obviously someone concerned enough tipped off authorities?
Well, it's a good thing that somebody concerned enough did tip off authorities, because this is a case of a 55-year-old man who is also the principal of a middle school sexually pursuing a 16-year-old child. There is a lot wrong with that. I don't think there's any gray area to see how this would be in any way appropriate. Age is age. She's 16, he's 55. There's no room for any sort of excuse.
Snapchat media pussy.
Yeah, the part that really disturbs me about this is the fact that Daniel Erickson, as you mentioned, is a middle school principal. It would disturb me whether he was a principal or, a construction worker or what have you, but he's in a position of trust. He's in a position where
the fact that he's meeting them online means to say he at least knew not to fuck with none of the kids at his school. But he still is a dumbass.
He is supposed to be a mentor and role model to students in ensuring that those students get a good education. Instead, the allegation is that, maybe he was probably doing that during his day job. But on July 5th, he's arrested trying to meet a girl with, as you said, condoms, chicken nuggets, and a Grimace milkshake. So this is stuff I mean, we're talking about McDonald's food, things, geared toward children. A Grimace milkshake's going to be something that a child would eat along with chicken nuggets. So it's just the allegations are so creepy. And the fact that it's somebody in this type of position doing it is also concerning.
This man bought a 16.
Very concerning, but sadly, from my line of work, not particularly surprising. It is not uncommon that adults who have an interest in children attempt to go undetected and work in positions of power where they have access to children, typically schools, law enforcement, camps, counselors. It's unfortunate. I think institutions need to screen better to eliminate people like that from positions of power and employment.
Well, I don't necessarily agree with that, Reverend, because he didn't come straight out and tell he was a principal. He lied about his age. He made himself seem younger, and then he eventually told her his age and all of that shit. He didn't come straight out and say he was a principal. He was out here catfishing. Nigga lied about his age.
Where they have access to children. And of course, these are just allegations. We do not know if he's guilty or not. But if these allegations are true, then I wonder whether or not there are other children who will come forward with whom he had inappropriate relations and contact, especially since he was overseeing a middle school full of children.
And you hit on a good point there, an important point. The fact that people...
And he don't got no facial hair. I've been telling y'all for years, don't trust niggas with no facial hair. He ain't got a mustache, a beard, a goatee, no whiskers, nothing.
So did he tell her his age before she agreed to meet him? Or did he tell her age and said, hey, I'll bring you a Happy Meal and a Grimace shake?
It's probably at the same time. Maybe they didn't say, but they said he initially lied and then he told her who he was, his real age and what he did.
Well, I'm
sound like Chris Hansen.
Yeah, I'm not going to miss out on chicken nuggets and a shake. I'm going to go. Then she squealed.
Chicken nugget and a shake. And the iPhone. That nigga hell crazy. All these shit people are crazy though. Nigga 55.
Who are predators often do pursue lines of work in which they will be have close proximity to people that they want to prey upon. But the thing that I find so concerning about this is the fact that we do have people in these positions who do that. Sometimes they're really good at putting on the mask. And so I don't know if additional screening always would catch it.
This morning, we are here to speak about the principal of the Johnson City Middle School and him currently being in custody for the charges of luring a child and attempted rape.
Daniel Erickson, a 55-year-old middle school principal in custody, accused of luring a 16-year-old girl for sex with a milkshake and chicken nuggets. Welcome back to Sidebar here on Law and Crime. I'm Anjanette Levy. Erickson is on administrative leave from the Johnson City School District, where he has worked for some time now. He's also being held without bail as sheriff's officials continue to investigate him. On July 7th, deputies say he showed up to a wooded area with chicken nuggets, condoms, and a Grimace milkshake from a popular fast food restaurant. Listen to the sheriff explain how it started.
The initial conversation on Snapchat began with Daniel posing as a younger adult and subsequently revealing his true identity as the principal.
Joining me to...
Started out dodging, and then he subsequently revealed his true identity. And this all took place within a week. So yeah, he ended up revealing himself to him.
Have people in these positions who do that. Sometimes they're really good at putting on the mask. And so I don't know if additional screening always would catch it. Maybe it would. I don't know how much screening it would require to detect these things earlier. But it makes you wonder, I mean, how many people in these positions are doing and engaging in these types of things and not being caught?
Yeah, I mean, what makes these predators good at being?
The truth, the next story is the TikTok plastic surgeon, Dr. Roxy. Type in Dr. Roxy, TikTok plastic surgeon. You'll find her picture. That's the next story. And that'll be up in exactly 4 minutes or 3 minutes and 42 seconds.
Predators is how they go by undetected and how they slowly groom their victims into being comfortable communicating with them, and the type of sexual conduct that they engage in with their victims escalates. So it doesn't start off with them attempting to have sex with a child. It starts off by earning trust and grooming that child to be comfortable and grooming that child to not report what's happening. And so they're able to get away with it because children are not reporting it because they don't know any better, because they're children and because they're scared. The nice thing about social media, as this conduct more and more is done through social media and through electronic communications, it's leaving a footprint, and other people are finding it. Parents are finding it. Friends are finding it. And then those people are speaking up and holding the offender accountable.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, she met him, and they don't say how the sheriff deputies got there. Was it a sting? Was it a setup? Did she call the police? They don't elaborate.
But it just makes me wonder. I mean, yes, more people are being caught these days, I think, because of the social media and electronic portion of this. So they are caught more frequently. But this has been going on for a really long time, this type of thing. I mean, you said you saw it in your line of work, or you do see it in your line of work, but this stuff's been going on forever.
Yes. I mean, I think that we are at a point in society where there is not a cure or solution to it, right? We don't understand what it is about the human brain that makes adults sexually interested in children, and how scientifically we can change the human brain for those people who are adults interested in children to curtail that desire and to control that desire. Now, of course, you could say common sense, you're an adult, what are you doing with a child? This is not appropriate, you need to not do that. But if you think about it as an uncontrollable impulse, not much different than an addiction to drugs, then it's a lot more difficult.
If you think about culture in different societies and religions, you'll see a lot of grown men in statues with children, and both of them are naked. It's kind of subconsciously planted in people's minds. That's just my conspiracy theory. Push play. But yes, there's and they consider that art all across the world. We still see pictures of them, the little Valentine's Day pictures and all of that. Naked grown person, child. They call it agape love. They actually do. Push play.
To control. And we don't have established treatment in America or anywhere else in the world that will curtail that uncontrollable desire. And so the only remedy that we have in our society today is prison, to separate people who we believe are dangerous away from society so that they're not able to do that again.
I can agree with that.
Well, Daniel Erickson is now on administrative leave.
I think them crimes that like it's just caught red-handed, them sexual crimes, it should be like one strike and you're out. You should not be able to get out and victimize someone again. Because all the doctors will say there's no curing pedophilia. There just isn't. There is no curing. Castrating them doesn't even cure it. So they should never be allowed to get out again.
He's been the principal at that school for 10 years, but employed with the district for 20. The investigation's ongoing, and he is being held without bail as that investigation is ongoing. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not they come up with more information about this, like if there are other victims that come forward or accusers, and whether or not more charges are filed. Florina Altschiller, as always, thanks so much for coming on. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. Nice to be on.
And that's it for this edition of Law and Crime Sidebar Podcast. You can listen to and download Sidebar on Apple, Spotify, Google, and wherever else you get your podcasts. And of course, you can also watch it on Law and Crime's YouTube channel anytime. I'm Anjanette Levy, and we will see you next time.
She's the famous physician known as Dr. Roxy. You could travel the world. She live streamed plastic surgery on TikTok, gaining a huge following.
So if you want to get in the OR and see behind the scenes and how this stuff works.
But now, Dr. Roxy, whose real name is Catherine Grawi, has been permanently stripped of her license by the state medical board in Ohio.
Dr. Roxy claims that this will change her life forever. Well, she has single-handedly forever changed the life of at least 3 people.
The board said its decision was based on her failure to meet standard of care following evidence that she botched 3 surgeries. Kelsey Cardenas went to Dr. Roxy for a breast lift.
I found her on TikTok. I definitely connected with her personality.
Kelsey says she watched videos of Dr. Roxy performing surgeries every day for months.
Did you talk to any patients or anything like that? No, I didn't know anybody who had had surgery.
So you assumed because she was this TikTok personality that she was going to do a great job on your breasts.
Yeah. If you're brave enough to live stream surgery and you're that transparent, you would just assume, you know, that she's not having the issue she was having.
But Kelsey says she suffered major complications.
By 4 weeks, I had a 5x5 wound under that breast.
She live streamed your surgery.
She did.
Do you feel that that could have contributed to what happened? Do you think she wasn't paying attention?
Rewatching it, I saw a couple cuts that she made when she was clearly talking to the camera or focused on what she was saying to them.
Kelsey says she finally went to another doctor.
He said there's no way this is ever going to look normal again.
Dr. Roxy had no comment about being stripped of her license.
Well, they did just say in Ohio she could go to another state and get a license, but she cute. Put her up on the solo. She cute. Somebody will wife her. But she definitely ain't gonna be a TikTok star no more.
Is she cross-eyed?
That's how she, you know, that's an unflattering picture they caught her looking at something. She ain't even looking forward. She turned her damn head.
That eye looking really deep in there.
Somebody said something to her. She got a little Debo in her though. Okay, this next one is $50,000 reward offered in armed robbery of, I think it was a postman or a postal worker was robbed. I don't know where it was though.
And this shocking crime caught on camera, postal worker robbed at gunpoint. The thief stealing his master key and then ransacking mailboxes at a nearby apartment complex. Authorities say 3 suspects all worked together to pull off this disturbing daylight heist.
Tonight, the U.S. Postal Service is offering up to $50,000 to find them and bring them to justice. KTLA Samantha Cortese is live.
Well, it's going to be 2 niggas in jail real soon. One of them finna get the other 2 up for $50,000.
Live in Studio City with the latest on the search for the suspects. Sam.
Cher and Rick, they've so far gotten away with a couple paychecks, some junk mail, a couple clothing deliveries, and now neighbors say they're fed up. They're used to live in a nice, safe, quiet neighborhood, and they say they're taking matters now into their own hands.
A mailman, that's the last thing you want to earth, is the mailman, you know.
Gun to their head, one USPS letter carrier was robbed by these criminals in North Hollywood. Happened Tuesday morning on Vineland, south of Burbank Boulevard. Investigators say they took off in this BMW X6. Later that night, about 4 miles away, one man uses a key to get into the mailroom at an apartment complex on Valley Heart in Studio City. He uses the key to access the building, then the big mailbox, which holds mail and packages for the tenants. Then he comes back with a friend, even ready with a bag, and does it again. The building manager told us they used a postal worker's master key or a unique arrow key to get access.
Scary because they could come in, they could go into the rest of the building.
USPS did not confirm the crimes are connected, but building managers say the master key is good for all of Studio City. Neighbors say the whole block was hit.
Same thing. They broke in the building with the keys, stole the mail.
People here are now calling USPS, asking for them to change the locks, knowing changing all the building locks in town is a big task.
You might think it might be a good idea to post up and be security, and maybe that'll work, but they're also armed. I mean, that's how they got it to begin with.
Well, you have to live in high-end area to feel safe. There's no safe anyway. I think we need more police people.
All right, Sheriff Rick, I told you neighbors are taking matters into their own hands tonight. This is Tim. He's the Mandalorian. And his friend, what's your name? Chris. Tim and Chris are on their shift for the hour here in Studio City. They said there's a big group chat among all the buildings here, and they are not going to let these people target one more building. There's also a $50,000 reward you mentioned for the arrest and conviction of these criminals. And I reached out to USPS and their inspectors, investigators, trying to get some answers about that.
Well, when you get caught, it's a Fed crime. That's why they want to give you 50,000 because it's a Fed crime.
They're not protecting the buildings because they feel like they need to. They want that 50,000.
See, they can't get that 50,000, not for them, unless the people, if they come back, it's them, but that money gone unless they know who the fuck it is. But well, they standing there with their rifles and shit and everything. Them people ain't coming back. Well, they dumbass might come back in a couple months since they still got the key, but they should know by now the post office is going to change it. Yeah, the apartment is going to change it.
Arrow key, that master key, and have not yet heard back tonight. But I think the neighborhood might be in safe hands tonight with Tim and Chris, the Mandalorian, in Studio City. Back to you guys.
What'd you
We'll
say,
take all the security we can get, I guess.
Exactly. Only in LA, right? In Hollywood. Thank you so much, Sam.
Less than 3 weeks after Memphis police announced 15 arrests in a mission operation.
We bet more liquor stores in East Memphis and downtown are hit again. That's been the craze in Memphis for the past couple months. They're going to these liquor stores, stolen cars, they're busting out the windows, and they stealing shit and driving off. And they caught 15 people like last week, but then some more stores got hit. So they're like, damn, I guess we caught the wrong people.
3 weeks after Memphis police announced 15 arrests in the mission operation Broken Bottles, the thieves are still at it. In fact, the latest target, 901 Wine and Spirits in East Memphis. The thieves caught on camera stealing more than $3,000 in inventory. WRAG's Ashley Paul spoke with one of the managers tonight. And Ashley, we know they're understandably angry and frustrated.
Greg, the very first thing he said to me was it was only a matter of time, which is why they started taking precautions to prevent this from happening, but somehow the thieves still made it through. A white SUV ramming into the back doors at 901 Wine and Spirits in East Memphis before 5 thieves make their way inside. Manager Tristan Cool watches them, convinced that they must have been staking out the store for a while.
couple of them stayed in the back in our stock room, proceeded to take a couple cases as well as pick stuff off our split shelf. And 3 of them at least came up in the front, knew exactly where some of our tequilas were, as well as some tequila on our shelves.
We've reported on this same scenario countless times in the last year. This time, more than $3,000 of liquor was taken, according to police.
Yeah, it's our livelihood. We work hard, and we have to deal with these thieves that are just stealing. She's my friend, stealing shit. And they're not working. They're just getting away with it.
Poole is tired of it. He says it's been a while, but it's not the first time 901 Wine and Spirits has been burglarized. He says just Wednesday, they installed barriers in front of the store, hoping to spare their store the heartache.
And they decided to come through the back. So we're working on it. That's what liquor stores and other businesses are going to have to do.
So now he's calling on the city to take action because he says with all the cases we've seen in the last several months, clearly more needs to be done.
If the city would actually do something and basically just stop doing a slap on the wrist and let them out the next day, maybe things would change. That's what it is.
Now, police are still looking for those 5 suspects. They say they got away in a white Infiniti SUV and a black SUV with a sunroof. Anyone with information is asked to contact Crime Stoppers at 528-CASH. For now, reporting live downtown, I'm Ashley Paul, WREG News, Channel 3.
Tonight, one man's... We got a San Francisco man patrols neighborhood with imitation gun, ski mask to scare off thieves. Now, let me just say, this nigga is a dumbass. He got a fake gun trying to scare off thieves, and they're gonna have real guns. We gonna hear about him on the news in the next couple months.
Way of trying to build a better Bay Area, although not one that police. Tonight, one man's way of trying to build a better Bay Area, although not one that police would recommend. Last year, San Francisco, there were more than 20,000 reported thefts from vehicles. ABC 7 News reporter Luz Pena spoke with a San Francisco resident and business owner who has taken it upon himself to fight back and protect his neighborhood. She's in the newsroom with an interview and a story you'll see only on ABC 7. Luz?
Yes, Dan, the San Francisco resident you're about to meet says he's hoping to help his neighborhood. At first, he was yelling at thieves who were breaking into cars. Now he's walking around the area hoping to scare them off.
He's lived in San Francisco for over 20 years, and lately, instead of going...
And the police ain't never pulled up on him and said he looked like a suspicious person.
By his legal name, people call him...
I'm called Boots, working from...
Definitely white.
Outside rather than inside.
Covering his face with a ski mask to protect his identity, Boots walks around his neighborhood, Fisherman's...
This nigga think he Daredevil.
Wharf, looking like this, and with a non-lethal weapon on his waist that looks like a gun. His goal is to scare off thieves from breaking into cars.
The criminals are getting to know us. I wouldn't call it an organized anything. It's just concerned citizens. Every day is a small victory. You know, you chase them off from one corner.
For years, he's captured videos of car break-ins, and now he says frustration led him to take matters into his own hands. He says he's doing it to help the area where he lives and owns a business.
The tourists aren't going to come here. The business of some people that, you know, have lived here and been here for their entire lives. And it's not fair.
According to SFPD's incident data, on average, there are 67 thefts from vehicles every day in San Francisco. Outside of this brunch spot, employees see car break-ins on a daily basis.
They just leave all their stuff in there, and then boom shakalaka, less than 5 seconds, they grab your stuff and they're gone.
Many who work here share a common sense of helplessness.
I'm frustrated too, and you can't do anything.
Yesterday, while Boots was walking in the area, SFPD arrested him for brandishing an imitation firearm.
Good! I saw with it. You heard me just say that shit. So like, what the fuck? Good. They locked him up. He looked like a damn criminal. And they got him for the imitation handgun.
Many who work here share a common sense of helplessness.
I'm frustrated too, and you can't do anything.
Yesterday, while Boots was walking in the area, SFPD arrested him for brandishing an imitation firearm, which is a misdemeanor.
We don't recommend anyone doing that.
We understand everyone's frustration. Officers are frustrated in taking the number of police reports regarding auto burglaries occurring throughout the city. However, there is a system in place to do that.
SFPD says they're short-staffed, but to Boots, even though he was arrested, he viewed this as another victory.
While the police were there was nobody getting their car broken into for that half hour.
There's no way to truly know if what he's doing is working. But we met this couple from New York who did the unthinkable.
I see your suitcases in the back. Yes, I guess we're lucky that nothing happened.
Or maybe thieves are noticing.
There is some protection here.
They dumbass left their suitcase in their backseat.
On Fox, the last 2 months are described as
Okay. Houston woman detained in Dubai, family speaks. I heard part of this story too. Now apparently she claims she was in Dubai to buy her 18-wheeler. Nah, she was over there selling pussy. I'm just saying.
On Fox, the last 2 months are described as terrifying for a Houston woman who we're told is being detained in Dubai. Fox 26's Dominique Keith joining us live near downtown Houston with why she's being held. Dominique.
Well, the crime she's charged with may surprise you, and Dubai is increasingly becoming a vacation spot for a number of Houston women. One who's there right now, according.
Yes, Houston is known for the prostitutes, and prostitutes are known to go to Dubai and get shitted on and pissed on by the Muslim men because they paying a lot of money. That's why it's a destination spot.
To her social media page, is trying to get back to the Bayou City, but according to her mom, her passport has been confiscated because she was charged with screaming in public. It also could.
Well, you know, that was a black woman. She got an attitude with them people over in that Muslim country, and they do not tolerate disrespect from their women.
In prison time. So it's very scary. The trip turned terrifying for Tiara Young Allen when her mom says she was a passenger in a friend's rental car and they got into an accident there in Dubai. Tina Baxter says when her daughter went to the company to retrieve her ID, credit card, and other items left in the rental, Baxter says it did not go well. She found out that she could only receive those items if she paid an undisclosed amount of money. She dealt with a very aggressive individual, a young man there who was screaming at her. Baxter says her 29-year-old daughter ultimately yelled back at the rental car agent, she says, resulting in her being charged for screaming there in Dubai.
And so she is in jail for one reason and one reason alone. She raised her voice. In that country, a
Cornell X been on the news all week in Houston. That nigga couldn't up.
female is not even allowed to raise her voice. If
screaming there.
Yes, that's why America is the greatest country. Just think about that. They say this is a misogynistic country. This lady was arrested for yelling at a man. A man wouldn't have been arrested for yelling back. It's because she's a woman. Y'all won't complain about this country? Go move to Dubai, ladies. Ladies, take y'all ass to Dubai with that attitude. Y'all won't get back home. Them folks took her passport and some more shit.
Dubai. And so she is in jail for one reason and one reason alone. She raised her voice. In that country, a female is not even allowed to raise her voice. If she raises her voice, it's punishable by jail time.
It's been very emotional. There are some days I stay up all night crying.
They have a strict law system that is really based on theocracy.
This website warns, quote, laws and customs are very different, so be aware of your actions to ensure they don't offend while in United Arab Emirates. Now, after Baxter says her daughter was charged with screaming in Dubai, her passport has been taken, and the American social media influencer who works as a truck driver can't leave the UAE, according to her mom. And her mom says she's been placed under a travel ban pending the outcome of the investigation. It's very frightening. The longer she's been there, the more reality has started to kick in.
In our opinion, she did not commit a crime. Don't punish.
They ain't gonna do her like they did Brittany Griner. I guarantee that.
Women for doing the same thing a man can do in Dubai. It's not fairness.
I said, why you up, Big Brooks? It's past your bedtime, man.
Right.
Now, the 29-year-old does now have an attorney there in Dubai, but her mom says she's told that she could face jail time because there is surveillance video of her screaming. Now, we have reached out to the U.S. and the UAE embassies. Will government officials step in and give her assistance? I'm still awaiting responses. Reporting live near downtown Houston, I'm Donnelly Keith, Fox 26 News.
She wasn't screaming at the nigga who hit their car and all of that. She was screaming at the person that had their shit at the impound line. Why would she leave all that shit in the car? They were in the car driving. They had a wreck. Car got towed and went to an impound place. Why in the fuck would she leave her passport and all that shit in the car? Who does this? You're in another country. You're in an accident. And you gonna leave your, because the story said she was upset that she couldn't get her license and something else back unless she gave an undisclosed amount of money. Let me skip this shit back. Oh, this makes sense.
On Fox, the last 2 months are described as terrifying for a Houston woman who we're told is being detained in Dubai. Fox 26's Donnelly Keith joining us live near downtown Houston with why she's being held. Donnelly.
Well, the crime she's charged with may surprise you, and Dubai is increasingly becoming a vacation spot for a number of Houston women. One who's there right now, according to her social media page, is trying to get back to the Bayou City, but according to her mom, her passport has been confiscated because she was charged with screaming in public. It also could result in prison time. So it's very scary. The trip turned terrifying for Tierra Young Allen when her mom says she was a passenger in a friend's rental car and they got into an accident there in Dubai.
So she was a passenger in a friend's rental car. So you left all that shit, all your important documents, you left them in the car.
Tina Baxter says when her daughter went to the company to retrieve her ID, credit card, and other items left in the rental, Baxter said,
left in the rental. Why would you?
To an accident there in Dubai. Tina Baxter says when her daughter went to the company to retrieve her ID, credit card, and other items left in the rental, Baxter says it did not go well. She found out that
I'm like, Judge Mathis, ma'am, you're stupid for leaving your shit in there. When the wreck happened, you hopped your happy ass out. You should have had your purse, your phone charger, and all the other shit in your purse. Why would you leave something in a rental car and the rental car was in an accident? And for you to show up to try to get this shit, that means the car must have been towed. Because if it wasn't, you would have still had your shit. There's no way you returned the rental car with your shit in it. Guess you was too busy online being a social media influencer. Okay, this next one is I showed it on my community wall earlier. This is a store that I frequent every time I go to the hood. I don't go to the hood often, but when I do, I stop by the store. I was shocked at the happenings that happened 1 day ago. Not really.
We're back to that breaking news that we first told you about at the beginning of the show, where 5 people were shot along Ridgemont Avenue in Raleigh. That is where we find our Jordan James. Jordan, we know you just got to the scene, got set up. We see the crime scene tape behind you. What have you been able to learn so far?
Hey, Shay, so far, it's basic information has been released from MPDA telling us that at least 5 people were shot. Unfortunately, 1 person did die. This shooting took place at a convenience store located off of Ridge, Mount Avenue. As you can see, there are more than a dozen evident markers indicating the number of shell casings that
Right across the street from Ridgemont Apartments, but it's called something land in there. I had one of my babies over yonder.
were used in this shooting. Right now, at this time, things appear to be sort of at a standstill. There's a lot of investigators from Memphis police standing around talking with witnesses. Speaking with folks in the area, they tell me that this is a surprise, and many are just trying to wonder, who that person was who unfortunately lost their life. At this point in time, detectives have not released a motive for the shooting, but they did say that the suspects were seen in a white ski mask. At least 2 of them are believed to be responsible for this shooting, and they were seen leaving the scene in a black Dodge Challenger. Again, this is what things are looking like right now. Detectives are canvassing the area, talking with witnesses. We have 4 people shot. They were taken to the hospital in non-critical condition, and 1 person unfortunately did lose their life. If anyone has information on this shooting, you're encouraged to call Crime Stoppers. That number is 901-528-CASH. For now, reporting here live.
That's technically classified as a mass shooting. 5 people were shot, 1 died. That's a mass shooting.
Yes, it is a mass shooting. 4
in Raleigh, Jordan James.
4 or more.
Well, they moved it to 3 now. They moved it down to 3 now. 3 is classified as a mass shooting.
Oh, 3 now? Okay.
Yep. I was looking at this like last week when I was just like, again, I don't know. It's happening everywhere. Everywhere there's mass shootings. I know you just heard about the one in Georgia where they ended up killing him, but this nigga he hurt 3 police officers in the process. He already killed 4 people, and then he hurt 3 officers before they killed him today. But the mass shootings are going up everywhere, and it's almost time for us to start doing the primaries and stuff. It's a talking point.
VREG, News Channel 3.
On crime. What we gonna do about guns? Are we gonna ban this? This is what I've noticed. In these stories, now that they're talking about these mass shootings, they aren't saying what type of weapon was used. So they can't blame it on the AR-15s and the assault rifles and stuff. They already tried to do the little ban on the. They did some type of ban on AR-15. Didn't they limit the type of clip you can get on it? And I think they limited to say you can't get more than like a 15-round clip.
You can't get high.
If you didn't already have it, yeah.
You can no longer buy high capacity clips.
Which is more than 15, because most manufacturers come with 10. With 11 with 1 in the head.
More than 15 is considered high capacity.
So they can't blame it on ARs anymore. Okay, this next one is really weird. It's called, you go ahead, D-Troop. It's a gardener suffers major injuries after picking up fireworks. He picked up fireworks a couple of days after the 4th and fucked them up. It went off on him. I don't know how this happened. It just wasn't his day. Go ahead, D-Truth.
No, I'm okay.
Well, yeah, what's that? That's Ridgemont and New Allen. I can count at least like 60 murders that's happened on that corner between. See, that right there, that store, that used to be a laundromat. The Asian people owned it. There was never any crime at the laundromat, but right next to the laundromat, to the right, if you go to your right, there's a MAPCO. I've had at least 3 friends die at that MAPCO. And then there's a club that's crossed. There's a dangerous ass intersection right there. Breaks there all the time. They refuse to put a stoplight up there. Then directly across the street, facing this thing, is this apartment complex that used to be Ridgemont Apartments. I lost a lot of friends in there too. That's just a day. Like, that intersection has always been dangerous, whether you're driving or going to visit somebody in an apartment complex or going to MAPCO. And there used to be a club across the street called the VIP Lounge. It's not a crime there. Family Dollar right there, always getting robbed. It's a bad intersection.
Well, a gardener lost several fingers and vision in one eye after a leftover firework exploded in his hand. KCAL News reporter Lori Perez is live in Torrance with the story you'll only see on KCAL News.
Yes, let's get this weird shit back. Days after the 4th of July, this nigga picks up a fucking firework and it go off. What in the fuck? This has to be a cruel joke.
Well, a gardener lost several fingers and vision in one eye after a leftover firework exploded in his hand. KCAL News reporter Lori Perez is live in Torrance with the story you'll only see on KCAL News. Lori, how is he doing?
Well, Christine, he's in a lot of pain and he's frankly quite depressed. This neighborhood behind me is really trying to rally around the victim, 37-year-old Hector Mayoral. He and his family have been taking care of the yards in this neighborhood for years. And just a warning, the video you're about to see, some could find it disturbing to watch. It's a moment that's difficult to watch. A Ring doorbell camera caught the moment something blew up as Hector Mayoral says he reached down to pick up
a ring.
It's a moment that's difficult to watch. A Ring doorbell camera caught the moment something blew up as Hector Mayoral says he reached down to pick it up from the ground and throw it in the back.
That needs to be Ring doorbell new slogan. We catch everything. That motherfucker catches UFOs landing, thieves, packages and shit blowing up. They need to change their slogan. Ring doorbell. Let me be on y'all marketing department. I got y'all.
Back of his truck with the rest of the yard clippings he was hauling away after cutting the grass at a few homes on 173rd Street in Torrance.
Cuando yo me agaché, cuando hace boom, sentí que me aventó para atrás.
Through a translator, he described the moment it went boom last Saturday morning.
He said it all happened so fast that when he reached for it, all he noticed was that it was just a ball, but you don't ever think it's going to explode, so he just didn't think nothing of it, and it just blew up right in his face, and he felt like it pushed him back.
The 37-year-old gardener is riddled with injuries. He lost 3 teeth, all sight in his right eye. 3 fingers on his right hand are fused together. His left hand, it's gone.
He saw his hand all the time as it was just mangled, bleeding.
What kind of firework was this? These motherfuckers have commercial fireworks? It blew off a hand. He lost 3 teeth. Fuck, his right eye gone. 3 fingers welded together on one hand, which means he's missing 2 fingers. What kind of fucking firework was this?
He was lucky, yeah.
Yeah, lo siento, pero no hay dedos, ¿no?
No fingers.
Meanwhile, his brother Ernesto is riddled with guilt. He took that day off, and while showing us the blood still staining their damaged truck, he broke down.
Damn, the truck got damaged too. They sure that wasn't a
For me,
grenade.
very sad like that.
Investigators have told the family what blew up was likely an unexploded firework.
It was a loud boom.
Fuck
It sounded
that.
like a very large
Ain't no firework doing that. And how the fuck did it go off when he picked it up? It shouldn't have been any fire in that bitch. What? You sure that's not a grenade, a landmine, or some shit?
our work.
Ken Lucas was in his backyard when he heard it and came running.
And I ran over to try to help him.
Broke down.
And I don't know. That's, for me, it's very, very sad like that.
Investigators have told the family what blew up was likely an unexploded firework.
It was a loud.
Be true. Have you ever seen a firework have a ball like that? That fireworks don't explode; they shoot off. Look at that fireball.
Maybe one of the standing
One
ones.
of the ones your city goddamn it shoot off when they having the 4th of July parade and shit.
He said it was round.
That's what I'm saying. Was that motherfucker a grenade?
Yeah, if it's round, that's a city ordinance that they use at the big fireworks.
Bruh, look at how big that fireball is, G. It exploded. Not it went off, it exploded. A Roman candle goes off. That a firecracker explode. That motherfucker there is a big ass fireball.
That's a plume right there.
That was some terroristic shit, and they need to be checking around for that. How the fuck they say it was more than likely an unexploded firework?
That fireball should have took that truck out. That's a big ass fire.
It did fuck up the truck. They showing the inside. They showed the inside of the truck where it was damaged, like the paneling and fell off.
That's bigger.
This man lost a hand, teeth, an eyeball. He lost a hand. He pretty much lost 7 fingers, G.
But that engulfed him.
Yes.
Like, you can't even see him. He's inside the middle
That's
of
that is not a firework. I'm sorry. But that's why I was caught back because they said a firework. And I'm just like, okay, how many days was this after the 4th? Did it rain or anything? Oh, this is key because if it rained, how in the fuck this happened? I think this was some terroristic shit.
Oh, that's way more than an M80.
That ain't no cherry bomb. That's not a traditional
not even an
firework.
M80. Not even an M80 makes a.
And I bought some big ass
like
fireworks, the little big boxes and shit, but they still don't produce a fire. That's an explosion. Fireworks don't explode. That's not what would happen if it was a dud. It fizzle out and all that. But that doesn't look like it was shooting out. It didn't shoot out no colors. Just an explosion. So it still didn't even do what it was supposed to do.
The bomb squad should have been sent there.
Right. And did they look for any shrapnel, any evidence, or nothing? They just said, fuck it. It was, we're just going to call it a firework. It didn't explode.
They're still calling it a firework.
Boom. It sounded like a very large firework.
Ken Lucas was in his backyard when he heard it and came running.
I ran over to try to help him, and I used the strap around his arm as a tourniquet, as best as I knew how.
He and other neighbors are heartbroken and furious.
It's just so useless and so senseless.
How do you do a tourniquet?
These things are illegal, and they're bombs. They're literally bombs, and they're dropping in people's yards.
No, they're not bombs. That was a bomb, though.
Now, the family in the neighborhood are really trying to get the word out about a GoFundMe account set up for Hector Mayoral. As you can imagine, the medical bills are astronomical, and there's no knowing yet what kind of work he might be able to do down the road. But he says, in a way, it is better that he found it than one of the many children who live and play in this neighborhood. We are live in Torrance. I'm Lori Perez. Back to you.
All right, picture this.
All right, this is my last here story. And this is a warning for you here travelers. Southern California couple charged nearly $30,000 for Uber ride while on vacation. And see, that's the tricky part about it, because when you go to another country, I wouldn't advise you to rent a car because you don't know they drive. You don't know nothing about they laws and driving and they streets and all that. So it's not really a good idea to be driving around because the police can pull you over and fuck you off and kidnap you and extort you. But then if they see you're an American tourist and you look like they got money, you can find yourself in the situation that this couple did. And you might want to stay your ass in America.
All right, picture
these is white people.
This. You're set to renew your vows in a beautiful Central American destination.
Fireworks are already illegal in most cities and states. It's illegal in Memphis, but they just don't do it. I mean, most you can get is a fine, but it's technically illegal to pop. It's against city ordinances in most cities, states. So they're already illegal. They just don't enforce it. But Tennessee, like it's fine. Like, there is no place in Tennessee that sells, and we have to go to Arkansas to get our shit.
And the next thing you know, you're stuck in a foreign country without any money.
And you're stuck because your bank says Uber just charged you $30,000 for a ride. That's what happened to a Riverside couple. John Fanolio is live in our news center with more on these crazy details. John?
Hey, good evening, everybody. We've all heard of terrible trips using rideshare apps, but the Uber ride this couple took while on vacation, it was a trip to remember for all the wrong reasons.
It was supposed to be a romantic vacation of a lifetime.
We've been planning it for, I want to say, about a year now.
I think we're both just like really looking forward to the trip.
Riverside residents Dominique Adams and Douglas Ordonez were excited to renew their vows on their 5-year wedding anniversary during an idyllic getaway in Guatemala. That is, until an Uber ride went terribly wrong.
I didn't believe it at first.
It all started in Costa Rica. Dominique took an Uber to the airport so she could fly to Guatemala to meet her husband.
Yeah, it was like a 30-minute ride.
But moments after arriving at the airport, that 30-minute ride ended up costing nearly $30,000.
That motherfucker was $1,000 a minute. I wonder, was it the conversion rating that kind of affected this? 1,000.
Douglas called Dominique saying his credit card had been declined while trying to buy a cup of coffee.
I sat down, looked at what the heck was going on, and that's when I see the $29,000 charge on our account.
Costa Rican currency is called colones. 30,000 colones equates to just over $55 US. But the Uber ride was processed as $30,000. Uber insisted it was their bank's fault.
We contacted the bank saying contact Uber. So it was like that back and forth of like, nobody knew really how this happened.
Eventually, the bank told them they could dispute the charge, but that it would take 7 to 10 days to resolve the issue.
I explained to them that we're out of the country. Now we have no money. So like, what are we supposed to do?
With little cash on hand and no access to their account, the couple was forced to dramatically change their trip. They even had to postpone their wedding vows.
They basically told me that there was nothing that they can do about it.
After 4 days and countless phone calls to their bank and exchanges with Uber, the charge was reversed.
Personally, I believe it was because like we posted it on social media. We were sharing our story.
Their story was seen and shared by millions of people on social media. Uber releasing a statement saying, in part, as soon as we
Uber didn't know y'all was sharing that shit on there. It's a glitch in the system. Y'all, if y'all are from California and then y'all ended up in Costa Rica, it was probably a price difference because you've never used the Uber app in fucking Costa Rica. Honestly, I think it's because we was on social media. Y'all ain't that damn important.
Leave the user's report, our support team promptly addressed the issue and released the authorization hold mistakenly applied due to a bank error in dollars, not colones. However,
I fucking knew it. It was a conversion issue. Because they never used the fucking app out of the country.
Uber releasing a statement saying, in part, as soon as we received the user's report, our support team promptly addressed the issue and released the authorization hold mistakenly applied due to a bank error in dollars, not colones. However,
they probably meant to charge 30,000 colones, which is probably like $100 in Costa Rica. But instead, since she had last used the app in America, it charged her $30,000.
Time it takes for the refund to be processed depends on each bank's policies.
We'll not use Uber again. I'm going to keep it as short as that, not using Uber again.
The couple offers this advice to anyone traveling abroad.
Always take out extra cash at hand.
Have traveler's checks, my G. Traveler's checks.
Importantly, only use your credit card when you're traveling. Don't use your debit card.
All right, KTLA has reached out to the couple's bank, but we have not heard back. The good news, Dominique and Douglas did renew their vows. They say they can't wait to go on their next international trip. In the news center, I'm John Finolio. Back to you.
All right,
John, thank you.
I need your input on this last one, D2. This one called Woman Stops Home Invasion. This is up in Philly. A woman stops home invasion by opening fire on the people. Now, from what I heard when I saw it, the lady come home and she saw 4 grown-ass men in her house. And she just got to shoot. If I remember correctly, I think she hit one or two. I need your opinion on this.
Would be victim of a home invasion.
Last boy, I told you I had a lot of stories for y'all. It took 3 hours for this shit.
Fighting back, the woman turning the gun on 4 people trying to get in. Would be victim of a home invasion. Fighting back, the woman turning the gun on 4 people trying to get inside her home overnight. We'll talk about turning the tables on your would-be attackers. Police say a woman came home to her apartment and found 4 men inside, but before they could do her any harm, she refused to become a victim and she started firing on them.
It's scary because it's like, you know, us as women, like coming home and having somebody in your house.
Police say at 1:30 in the morning, here on the 4900 block of Germantown Avenue, a woman took matters into her own hands and started shooting after she found 4 men inside her apartment during an attempted burglary.
I think she did the right thing. That's just my opinion.
I mean, it's scary. Like I said, it's terrifying having children, you know, having a family. I mean, like I said, I would have done the same thing if it was me.
Police say there was some kind of confrontation and then the 4 men took off. And when officers arrived at the scene, they say they found the woman standing outside over 48-year-old Jermaine Parker, who had gunshot wounds to his hand and leg. Then a short time later, police found another man, 45-year-old Randy Miller, a few blocks away with a gunshot wound to his back. Both were taken to Einstein Medical Center and later charged with burglary and related offenses.
I feel like she had the right to do what she had to do to protect her and her family. I mean, I can't see anybody doing anything different under those circumstances.
This is my home. This is my safe haven. Like, you know what I'm saying? So to have somebody in my house when I get there, why not? I don't think she should be charged with anything. I don't think, like, nothing should happen to her. Like, y'all should be looking for the guys that was in her house.
Well, as a matter of fact, police are still looking for the 2 other men involved. So if you have any information, please contact them immediately. And as for that woman, police say it was self-defense, so she will not be charged with any crime. In Old City, Ellen Kaloje, Fox 29 News.
Yeah, I think the lady needs to go to the target more. She should have killed. She should have hit all 4 of them instead of 2. And ma'am, if you aim for the head and instead of center mass, you not hit him in the back and go shoot once. Just, if you got to pull the trigger, make sure you got to pull it once. I'm just saying. They won't let me be a damn arms instructor. What the hell is that, D-True? Them jumbo nails?
That is an M5000, the largest
firework
sold independently, meaning the public can buy that.
and it ain't making no damn explosion like that. Sure, several YouTube videos. I'm sure there's several YouTube videos where they've blown one up and did it in slow motion, and it ain't gonna give you that type of fireball. That was a homemade incendiary device. That was a homemade bomb or a damn grenade.
He said it was round. So that's what they make the shells out of. Okay, so the fireworks that you see the cities do, those aren't these.
They're like mortar shells.
Yeah, they're mortar shells, and they're put inside small mortars and fired. And they're about the size. They're about the size of a soccer ball. Some of them are small, like a softball. Some are as large as a soccer ball. I mean, they're big, that's why nobody is on the barge when those things go off. They're set off remotely at a safe distance. Not all of them go in the air. What he might have picked up is that thing right there. That thing will blow you, your hand off and whatever's in its way.
What the hell? Let's see. Still fucking with Adam 22. Let's see. We were talking about this earlier, D-Truth. This is going to be the last one. Let's see what DJ Academics has to say about Adam 22 letting his wife get fucked by a BBC.
Anymore. I mean, that's my goal, but goddamn, bro.
Moneybag, yo.
They said Adam 22 posted a video. Let me see what boy talking about.
Guess we're doing this today. Hey, Jason Love. I guess we're doing this today. Hey, Jason Love. I trusted you to support my wife. It seems like that cloud is getting.
So wait a minute. He's mad that people want to talk to the guy who fucked Adam 22's wife like the same day or the day after they got married. You mad at him for doing interviews about this. Now, I've seen like a clip or two from a couple of interviews that he was saying if it was him, he couldn't do it. He not allowed to give his opinion. He was like, I couldn't let my wife fuck nobody else. That's what he said. But he a porn star, which is really weird for him saying that. But that's his opinion. You mad at him for that?
Into your head, talking real today. Hey, Jason Love. I guess we're doing this today. Hey, Jason Love. I trusted you to support my wife. It seems like that cloud is getting to your head. You're talking real.
Nah, it got too much music. I can't listen to DJ. No, this Adam 22 version. I can't listen to this. Just gonna have copyright all through. Well, I guess it'd be that.
I ain't really feeling it. Number one, the angle of the dangle is more important. You're talking real spicy, and I ain't really feeling it. Number one, the angle of the dangle is more important than the cubic of the pubic. That's number one. Number two.
The Academics. He got music license and all that shit, so he can. So that's what the fuck Adam 22 had playing in his background. I'm gonna have to go to Twitter. Or not. I'll just listen to it. Yeah, I'm looking at the comments. There's people saying Lena is obsessed with Jason Love. Yes, she is. He fucked the shit out of her. And I think he one of them Guinness Book of World Record niggas. And she like, I married Adam. But that guy there, he's never gonna make $10 million a month like Adam is. So she'll get over it. She's obsessed because I think that was her first time having sex with a black guy. Yeah, once you go black, you never go back saying. But when she realizes he ain't gonna never make $10 million a month like her husband and all this shit, it'll be good. Now, what should make her feel bad is if she finds out how much he got paid to smash. He didn't get paid much. They don't pay more. They don't pay male porn stars shit. Most niggas are fucked for free. And they really weren't paying the women porn stars a lot of shit. That's why they all on OnlyFans now, including the ones I grew up to in the 90s. They on OnlyFans now with their old asses, but they still there. Everybody's gone, and OnlyFans is like going independent. But the big name people are still going to be able to pop because if you're nobody, you're not going to go straight to OnlyFans because you don't know anybody. You'll be one of a million bitches with an OnlyFans page selling pussy. But if you come on the Brazzers or what's that, Ghetto Gaggers and all that weird ass shit, then you'll get a name. Then you can start an OnlyFans. What's the game? Now, do we call the porn industry producers and players pimps. That's all they're literally doing. D-Truth, you got any last words?
No, sir. That's her right there.
When the hell are you and Mad gonna get together and do this live? Cause see, it was supposed to be last week, but he had already had his hearing committee shit set up. You've been gone on vacation. When the hell is we gonna get this debate on?
Whenever he's ready.
Just the people like hearing y'all argue. Y'all should capitalize on it. I'm just saying, I'm a businessman. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I did my news. Yeah, I don't have to cut nothing out, so I went over 3 hours. I ain't mentioned the ops except for, pointing out how everybody in Mike family say he ain't shit. That's it. That's all I got. I don't know if I'm going live tomorrow. If I don't, I'll see you niggas when I see y'all. That's it. I think that's it. I think if I do go live, it'll be, I said, me and Baby Petty go out. Daddy, daughter date. I'll talk to you. If I go live tomorrow, this week, I don't have a show planned unless something pressing come up. Ass time. But we out of here, y'all. See y'all later.
My D game, when I'm serving it, man, it's just like your mom's home cooking. There's a special ingredient.
MoneyBoy Trey, Looney Tune melodies. Let's go. I can take a bitch if I want. Take her down, send her back in the morning. Purple kush, purple drink like Bonnie. Black op shit, got gun like the Hummer. Bulletproof vest, case a nigga wanna harm it. No conversation, he ain't talking about the money. I die about mine, never take nothing from it. I die about mine, never take nothing from it. I can take a bitch if I want her. Take her down, send her back in the morning. Purple kush, purple drink like Bonnie. Black op shit, got gun like the Hummer. Bulletproof vest, case a nigga wanna harm it. No conversation, he ain't talking about money. I die about mine, never take nothing from it. I die about mine, never take nothing from it. Hey, little nigga, I was trapping out the car. Single parent home, being a villain, I'm a father. Money go get it, I ain't never been a quitter. Had to be the breadwinner for my sons and my daughter. Nigga real full blue eyes turn the corner. I can take a bitch if I want it. Pick it down from the back in the morning. Purple kush, purple drink like Bonnie. Black op shit, got gun like Army. Bulletproof vest, cause nigga wanna harm me. No conversation, he ain't talking about the money. I die about mine, never take nothing from me. State to state, even wait, we're running. Wholesale, get both by the 100. No consignment, no deal in the front. Camera on it, Birdman and stun. Bitch, stop capping, you ain't talking about nothing. Jacking out the tub on the time, hit your bust. Love with the pussy, but you never gotta touch it. Came down the middle, but you had to make a bust it. How you getting money, but a flat it in your budget? All the player talk, so you know you need to cut it. Sir, you know you need to cut this shit. All the player talk, so you know you need to cut it. Throwing truck and start crying and plug. You a bitch. Nigga dick, so a bitch cannot suck. You a bitch. You need to be saying you disgusting. You a bitch. Bitch, you a lame, you a dustin'. You a bitch. Why you stay sweaty, you must. You a bitch. You ain't from the streets, you a pussy. Oh, need a dick ass nigga. I can take a bitch if I want her. Take her down, send her back in the morning. Purple kush, purple drink like Bonnie. Black op shit, got gun like the Hummer. Bulletproof vest, case a nigga wanna harm me. No conversation, you ain't talking about the money. I die about mine, never take nothing from it. I die about mine, never take nothing from it. I can take a bitch if I want her. Take her down, send her back in the morning. Purple kush, purple drink like Bonnie. Black op shit, got gun like the Hummer. Bulletproof vest, case a nigga wanna harm me. No conversation, you ain't talking about money. I die about mine, never take nothing from it. I die about mine, never take nothing from it.
Hey, no, that's not cool though. That's not cool. You wanna take me a ride, man? Clear my motherfucking head, cause I can't believe a motherfucker I really cared about, I really loved you at one point, G. Like low key. Like, come on now. Like low key, G. You think it was cool for your friend to get up there and expose everything you told him about me? That wasn't cool. You know that wasn't cool for real. That wasn't what's up. That wasn't what's up. That shit triggered the fuck out of me because that was wacky. You know it was wacky. Fuck my kid. You know that shit was wacky. Let me take me a drive, G. This shit getting out of hand, G. This shit getting out of hand to fight somebody else fight. Especially about people we talked about their commentary and their style of how they do people. You laying me out. You feed me to the wolves for what? You feeding me to the wolves for what? What you feeding me to the wolves for, Sugar? For what?